the thing is happening. Um, hello, party people. Last session, um, we just talked to a whole bunch of guys. Um, Darren interrogated Hemdahl. Um, he was a spicy guy. He had a couple little, he said some things that I thought he was, he's a little tricky guy. And then uh Dirty Jane went, she punched the captain in the chest, and he was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, all right. Join the crew. Um then she sat in the corner, did like an Aragorn situation, but she actually waved everyone, which was not ominous. So there was actually mixed signals. Um, at which point most of the session was just Leovold. Actually, like legitimately, most of the session was Leovold walking back to Gazhat's shop with Obert. And now Leovold is walking back to the inn with Obert, I believe. Yes, that's correct. No,
I thought
Obert's at
Obert stayed there.
he stayed there, and he's going to come. And you, how?
Yeah.
What was the situation there? Because I know he was like,
stays there, and if we're going to say goodbye to him, we'd swing back. But if not, sorry.
Got it. But he eventually complied. He was like, okay, I do want to work for the captain, but it'll be what it be. Yes, I do recall that now. Leovold's heading. So then we ended with Leovold essentially leaving. I remember that he shook Gazhat's hand. Obert said something, I think, that was like sad, and then Leovold had started heading back to the Sky Saucer. Darren is talking to Nettie, which is where I think I'm going to start out. I'm going to start out with Darren going to Nettie, and then seeing what is happening in there. And then I think the way I'm going to do it is I think I'm going to do a Darren talking to Nettie, and then I'm going to do Lusty Lucian, and well, I guess it's going to be a Darren, Nettie, a Darren, Damien, Lusty Lucian, Captain, and then we'll go from there. That's going to be the probably order of role play events at this current moment. Because Dirty Jane is effectively just like waiting for the crew to kind of get together. She's the new hire, but she doesn't have, she's just waiting. Luke, I should have checked in. I did do a little check in. I should have checked a little bit more, I think. We're going to do a little bit of a time skip here, assuming that the goal is to do a time skip. Let me say that. Because there's going to be like this holiday that lasts a week in game time. And we're going to kind of skip through the holiday, give or take a little bit, to progress to the point at which the holiday ends and the crew gets their ship and we leave. Because at the end of Progress Day, the Archipelago Council is going to announce like the next big progress thing and the next big crop progress thing. You guys are going to be a part of that, and then you get to keep you up. In the meantime, everybody gets to potentially do something with that downtime. And Dirty Jane, she isn't like fleshed out yet fully. We do have some stuff going on behind the scenes that you're aware of. You might want to incorporate that. I feel like you may have wanted to incorporate that, or you may want to incorporate that into the week following up to you joining the crew for real and leaving on the ship, and officially at this point you're just a lady in an inn who was promised 7.5 gold. Like you could just walk away, but in a week you're going to get on board the boat, the sky boat, and you're going to fly off into the clouds, at which point you're kind of committed. So in that week there is things you could do. Like I can think of some things, but I don't want to say them because we're cooking. We're cooking in the back. But if you have any ideas for things you want to do, maybe like send me a Discord message or something. We can kind of shoot back and forth a little bit behind the scenes, and then eventually I'll jump into you as well. But I think right now it's the order: Darren, Nettie, Darren, Damien, and then Lusty Lucian. Yeah, old Lusty.
He's edible.
The captain's gonna love him. So Darren, you returned to the Sky Saucer. Sort of like midday. I think it would have been probably around like 1 or 2 o'clock when you got there. You kind of looked around, you saw some familiar faces, but decided that you were going to go upstairs and go and speak to Nettie. You get up to her room. I think you were already at her room. So I do believe that at some point during the progress of events, you have either seen her room number or been in her room. One of those two things is true. You go to her room, give a knock. The assistant answers the door, kind of leans through the crack as usually does. The back of the room is got a little bit of orange glow, some like candlelight kind of flickering in the back. Oh, Darren, hi. Can we help you?
Is Betty here?
She's here. She's here. Do you need her? Yeah, you need her. Of
I
course,
mean,
of
if
course, you need
she's
her. That was a
busy,
stupid question.
no.
You don't need her?
If she's busy, I don't. But if she's not busy,
She's always busy, but there's the varying degrees of busy. Right now, she's doing her nails.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you want to come? Do you hold on 1 second? He closes the door really softly, and you hear he goes in there, disappears for like 2 or 3 minutes. He comes back, says, "She'd be happy to see you right now. She says she's not busy."
Okay.
He opens the door, lets you in, closes the door after you get inside, and he kind of like makes himself a little bit scarce. You see in the back of her room, the lights have been kind of all turned off. Any sort of light source has been shut down, but there's a couple candles on a table in the back corner of the room, and she's sitting there. She now has like her hands up in front of her, freshly painted. She's, hello, dear. How can I help you?
Eddie, I'm so sorry, but we killed your ex-boyfriend. He's dead.
Oh
we
no.
Killed him.
Oh no. She gets up. She goes over. She whispers something to the assistant. She comes over. And she puts her hand around you, but she does not. She makes sure not to touch you with her nails. And she's, dear. Calm down. It's okay. Come sit down. And she brings you over to the chair, and she like gets you down into one of her chairs, and then she sits down across from you. What happened? What are you talking about? Who did you kill?
One guy, Valencio. Who did you think I killed?
Well, for a moment, I was worried that you were going to say, it doesn't matter, but that's fine. Nobody's going to miss him, I assure you. I'm not. How did you do it?
Well, I didn't do it. Leo did it. He shot him. He shot him dead.
Yeah. He went out with a bang, unfortunately.
Literally. He was not good. I read his mind. He was honest. Honest, but like a horrible person.
Oh, yes. No, I mean, absolutely. Definitely a straight shooter. And he likes to keep the more controversial ideas in the back pocket after you've had a few Chardonnays. But he. Oh,
well,
the
okay,
man,
no.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. You don't need to panic. Were you supposed to kill him?
I mean, maybe.
Are we going to go to jail?
No, oh no, we're not going to go to jail. We're going to get a ship.
Well, that's lovely. Good job.
Yeah.
Don't you just love how things work out?
Yeah, and now Leopold isn't wanted for murder, which is a good thing.
Leopold was wanted for his murder?
No, not his murder. There's like 3 other murders. These evil clowns. Nettie, so much happened. And Heimdall is looking for looking for something. I read a robot's mind, and he talked about a clockwork. I don't remember. I'd have to pull my notes back out and look at it. But
are you? I know you're not okay, but are you okay? Are the clowns in the room with us?
Oh no, the clowns are gone mostly. Yeah, we might need to talk to what's the place? What's the place?
Aether Academy?
Yeah, the academy. That's what I was trying. I kept thinking university.
Yeah, Hogwarts. I want to go talk
We,
to Dumbledore. God damn it.
no, we might need to talk to them about the masks. They were pretty evil. They were pretty evil. They made a bunch of people kill themselves.
Um,
Oh wait, I can't.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little better now.
Interesting. I just turned the music on. I wonder if that's the reason to do
I
with
think
it.
it was probably the music. Yeah.
It might have been the system like catching up. That is worrisome. Do you have something from the clowns? Clothing, makeup, something, identifier, signifier?
I think Leo has at least one of the masks. I don't remember if he got Happy's mask.
Well, if you could bring me one of those, or something like it, I could probably have somebody check it out. What do you want to know about it?
Valencio said that like he used the masks to bind like I don't know spirits or something, and that with the mask gone, that they were like back in the world and just kind of free to do whatever they want, which doesn't seem great. They were pretty awful too.
Well, then I think we should probably keep our eyes and ears down and listen for like strange acts of violence. And then in the meantime, figure out what the mask was, who bound these things to the masks, and how we could maybe do it again if we have to.
Yeah.
So get me whatever is remaining of these creatures, and I'll see what I can do. Um, is there anything else I can do for you? Would you like to just take
What
some time to relax? You can lay in my bed, take a nap. I'll turn the lights down.
what do you make of Heimdall?
Um, I don't have much. He's a bit of a recluse. He doesn't really come to the circles that I once tramped in. Uh, I would say he's rich and eccentric and strange. Um, and that's really all I know about him. I don't have a relationship with him.
Okay. He's the one we're getting the ship from. I'm pretty for sure that he had something to do with the explosion. But I don't know what. I don't know what he wants.
How do you know this?
I don't for sure. It's just a theory right now. I don't have evidence. It's just things don't make sense. And I just want things to make sense.
She lifts up her hand, and the assistant like really quickly runs over. Yes, my lady. Could you please get me my pipe and a little bit of the purple spice? Yep, right away. And he like runs off, and he opens up this like metal box, flips it open. There's this, pulls out this long pipe. He rifles through a couple of these like silk bags, opens up one, takes it. He pulls out this little like metal contraption, this little like spoon with a lid on it, and he like presses a button so that this lid flips off, and then he like puts a little bit of this purple dust in there, closes it, gives it like a little shake, and then he opens up the lid again, and then he puts it in the pipe, and he uses the backside of the spoon thing to like kind of pack it down, and then he comes over to her and he goes, "Here are my lady," and she gives him a little nod and waves him off, and then she holds this like really long pipe in front of her face. She flicks her fingers and like a little flame goes in the end of her fingers and she lights it. Um, have you ever tried whisper root, dear?
No. What does it do?
Oh, she kind of leans back a little bit, takes another hit, blows it out.
Is it like alcohol?
Something like that, dear. You said that you were confused and anxious, it sounds like, and you
Why am I not anxious?
this makes things make more sense, and it helps stabilize the world and center you. I sometimes partake in it before I do a reading, or if I just had a particularly hard day.
If it makes things make sense, yeah. Are you offering?
Sure, dear. Here, and she like opens up her hand, and the pipe kind of is just like floating, and she just sort of like wisps it to you, and it kind of floats through the air and spins around. So that's like kind of just hovering like in front of your space.
Darren will like very hesitantly and probably very awkwardly like take it and like
You take like you take a little hit of it.
Yeah.
You do have to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Is this considered poison?
No.
Okay.
Like kinda, but no.
It matters. Oh boy.
If poison gives you advantage, then like I mean it's kind of poison.
It does give me advantage.
Yeah, you can take the advantage on it.
All right. Well, I rolled really bad, so let's see. I rolled one better. 11.
You take one hit, you're gonna hack a little bit, it burns a little bit, and then it's like it tingles the sides of your mouth and the back of your tongue, and then your face kind of feels a little numb almost like immediately after. And then it's like sweet, and you kind of start to salivate a lot, and then immediately you get like a little bit lightheaded, a little bit, you feel a little bit of heat in the back of your mind, and you just feel kind of like a little bit heavier, and you sit back in the chair, the pipe's just kind of floating there, and all the colors in the room, they become like brighter, but they're also like kind of melding together. So like the orange is kind of like bigger, but the dark is kind of melding in with the black, and there's like these colors that are kind of blending into one another, almost like an oil painting. And Darren, she kind of twists her fingers and draws it back in, so the pipe kind of spins, goes back to her, and she is just relax. Don't you probably shouldn't take another hit for a little bit to see how you take to it. I wouldn't want you freaking out.
What? Why is everything melting together?
It'll do that.
That doesn't make sense. You said it was supposed to make things make sense. Everything's melting together.
Just look at look, and she puts up her hand and she conjures this like really pretty kind of like pattern of light and color, and it's just like amazing. And you do kind of get lost in there for a second. You probably sit there gazing at this thing for like a minute, and then she like swoops it away, and she's, do you feel better? Are you breathing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well,
I think.
why don't you let me, as someone who's been through a lot of strange things, and uh, I know what's best for a fellow woman. Why don't you get up? We'll help you. Why don't you come lay down? I've nice silk.
That sounds good. Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just lay down, take a nap. I'll get you up either tomorrow morning or tonight. We'll play that by ear. We'll see how this thing goes. But in the meantime, why don't you just relax and try to not
Okay.
think about anything at all?
That's
And
possible. You can do that?
yeah, yes, of course. Go, come
Wow.
here. She comes. She gets up, and she puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of helps you to your feet. And you're like really heavy, and you're kind of awkward, kind of tripping over yourself a little bit. The floor feels soft, and you get kind of stuck in that for a moment. The wooden floor feels kind of bouncy, and she's dear, it's not bouncy. I promise, it's fine.
It's
And she brings you over to
quicksand.
the bed.
It's
It's not. It's not.
quicksand.
No, this is red oak. It's not quicksand. I promise, it's not quicksand. And she puts you
Oh,
in the bed, and it's so soft. It is just immaculate. And you feel like just like you're like lost in this the most comfiest of seas, floating. And you kind of just melt away. Where like the only thing there's so much physical sensation that your mind is just like gone. You're just completely blanked on all the stress. All you can really think about and process is how warm and soft the blanket is. And Darren, she like kind of sits next to you, and she like just kind of like lightly rubs your temple. And you don't know when you fall asleep, but you do at some point. You go out, and I'll return to you in a minute. And it's Mr. Lusty.
Reporting for duty.
You're downstairs. Damien went off to find a Darren. He doesn't really come back. And you're kind of like mulling about. I think you were like kind of waiting for him possibly to return. You weren't quite, maybe not super confident in going to talk to the captain by yourself. You had that brief interaction with Dirty Jane, and that might have hurt a little bit too. You were kind of still feeling like I'm a little awkward. I'm not going to go up there and talk to the captain. But as you continue to kind of mull about the bar floor, and it gets a little bit more packed over time, it's getting more and more packed. It gets closer and closer to dinner time. And you see that Damien isn't returning. You don't know where he went. You're like here now, kind of like lost almost. You know that the captain's upstairs. You know Dirty Jane's in the corner. You know that the Air Crocra is back by the bar. At Taru. And that's it though. Besides that, you don't have really a lay of this place besides that. What is Lucian to you?
Lucian starts to freak out a little bit. The people he came with seem to have ditched him. So like you said, he's probably not super comfortable going back to Dirty Jane, not comfortable talking to the captain. What time of day is it?
It's probably in your timeline. I'm trying to kind of converge the timelines here a little bit. It's probably around like 5 your time. Probably it's like not it's getting to be dinner. It's like, some people are coming in for dinner, so it's starting to get more packed. People are getting off of like work and stuff, so it's getting more packed, but hasn't reached the height of packed yet. But it's getting to the point where somebody who maybe doesn't like crowds would be a little bit uncomfortable. It is going to be where you kind of have to move. You have to move past people to kind of get anywhere. If you stand in one place for too long, people will just kind of like just kind of surround. Yeah, all of a sudden you're just kind of stuck, and you're like, oh shit.
I think Lucian's gonna run out of the inn area, like outside. Try to get his bearings, take a little deep breath, and like just from the like initial shock of like being squished, I guess, or just being a little claustrophobic, he will remember that he has an errand that he needs to run. So in order to like get his mind off of that, he's going to just go and do that errand. So he's going to look for a postmaster.
Give me. We decided that Lucian has been in Grand Rise for a while, or he's actually pretty new to Grand Rise.
He's been at Grand Rise for a little while.
Give me a history.
History.
And do it with advantage because this is something you would do with semi-regularity.
15.
So you don't know precisely where the postmaster is on this floor because you tended to be a little bit higher up, about like 30 floors up, as a matter of fact, most of the time, because of the people that you were running with were up towards the 60th floors most of the time. But you do know that the way this floor is laid out, there is probably some sort of like guild district or some sort of like financial district, or more like a trade district. And then not financial in the sense of like this is where all the businesses are, but and you think that that's probably where you would look for anybody that's like an officiant, like, you know, like I said, any guild masters and such. And that's usually where the postman is. So you kind of ask a couple people around using just like kind of your street sense, and a few people point you in the direction. It takes you about 30 minutes to reach where like that district. You can clearly tell where you are. The ground is kind of cobbled with this like white stone marble type of color, and then you get to the docks where that continues, but then it splits off, and to the north the ground turns into like a brown, sort of like almost like a clay type stone, and then to the northeast west, to the west, it's like this like brick almost, like smaller stones, like a old fashioned kind of cobbled street. And you see, you never really been, so you wouldn't know what this means, but you see like a large guy outside with this like really kind of like angsty looking elf maybe, and they're like moving boxes around, and you go up and you ask one of them for they're like the first person you see. There's a couple other laborers, some humans, some halflings and stuff, but these two guys kind of pop out at you as like kind of colorful characters. So you walk over to ask them if they know where a postmaster is. You do that for me.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Hello. Do you know where the postmaster is?
Hold on. We do know where a postmaster is.
Oh.
Yeah, of course we know where a postmaster is. What do we look like? We're stupid?
No,
Why would you ask the question? Hold on. He looks lost. Are you lost?
Yes. I'm lost. I just need to find a postmaster. I didn't think you guys were idiots or anything. You guys look very smart and strong, and I was just hoping that you knew where the postmaster was.
The angsty looking guy with like this hair kind of put back, kind of this ashen skin. He like flexes one of his arms, says, "I am strong." And Titus, we do know. If you just head down this way, you're gonna see a sign. There's like a wharf masters guild. If you go past there and take a right, there's the postman.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. And good luck with the boxes.
His name, the postmaster.
Uh-huh.
His name. He isn't like when people don't call him by his name. Avril, the other guy, he'll lose it if you don't call him by his name.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Casey Kasem.
Oh, okay, Casey Kasem. That's a nice name. It's like yeah. Okay, I'm Lusty Lucian, by the way. So, you know, Casey Kasem.
I'm Titus, and he points to the other guy. I'm Avril.
Oh, what's up, guys? Hello. Are you guys like from the ship too? Like the one that blew up?
No. No. Fuck those guys. They're fucking losers. And one guy walks off. And the blue skinned large guy with floppy ears, no, we don't work on the ship, man. We work here at Gas Hats.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, cool beans. Thank you. Casey K. What is it? Casey K. Kanum? Okay.
Casey Kasem. If you
Casey
don't call him
Kasem.
that, he'll kick you out of his store, man.
Okay. Casey Kasem. I got it. Thank you. And good day from Lucian.
Life is pain, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Unless you don't make it pain.
Have a good day, Floppy.
Okay. And he'll just like wink with one of his ears to say bye bye.
You're one
Turn
of
around.
One of them's like, "Did you see him do that? That was cool as hell." Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wish I could wink like that. You continue down the street. You go down to the Wharf Masters Guild. See a sign. Turn right. Down the road, you can see a sign that has like a little wooden sign that hangs down. And there's like a picture of a horse with like some letters flying off of it. Like, okay, there's the postmasters. Go down, open the door. It's a little ching ching. So you go inside, and there is a kind of fat halfling who is behind a counter. He is on like a high stool, and there's like bags around him with like boxes kind of falling out of them, letters, all manner of things. And you can see like behind him, there's a whole bunch of other people that are like running around sorting letters and boxes and stuff into various bins and such. You come in, he doesn't immediately address you. There's like there's a little like a line set up, nobody in line that goes up to the counter. And it's just you in the store.
There's no line. Okay. Excuse me. Is Casey Kasem here?
He stops, and you hear something fall and break, and everybody in the factory just stops and turns and looks your way. And the big fat guy in the front, the big fat halfling, turns and says, "What did you just say?"
Casey Kasem?
The audacity! Yeah! A lady from the back runs over and she grabs the fat guy. She said, it's okay. And she, calm down. And she grabs him. She gets him off that stool, and he is like cursing and screaming and yelling as she walks him into the back. And then there's nobody in the store for like 2 or 3 minutes. Everybody has like dispersed, and eventually a tabaxi comes out and comes up to the front. Hello, I am sorry that you had to experience that. How can I help you today?
Is that not his name?
No, it's the name of his twin brother. He died.
Oh man, those guys are assholes. Sorry about that. I am Lucian, and I have a very important matter. I need to send 1 gold piece to my mom.
Okay. Where's it going?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do you need an envelope?
I get. I don't. Yeah, I've never. Can I tell you something? I've been living in Grand Rise for like a long time, and I finally make some money, and I totally forgot where my mom lives and her name. I mean, she's not really my mom, but she took me in. Like, do you know anybody like that?
Look, kid. There's a fuck ton of orphans in this city, and frankly, I don't get paid enough to be your therapist. And no, I don't know your adopted mom. So
Huh.
if you don't know the address, then I can't help you.
Well, could I get an envelope, and then once I remember where she lives, I can write it down and come back and give it to you? Does that work?
He
Okay.
grabs an envelope. He puts it across the counter. Just take it. And here's. He grabs a roll of stamps, puts it on top. Just take it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Sorry to waste your time. I probably should have known where to send it, but I didn't. I haven't gotten this far yet. Sorry about Casey Kasem, and have a good day.
You have a good day too. God bless you. You walk out with your roll of stamps and your letter.
Oh crap! I don't know. I'll probably just figure this out later. I need to find a rooftop though. So Lucian's gonna basically try to find a rooftop where he can kind of just hang out, but still close enough to the inn where he has visual on anybody coming in and out.
You'd be able to get back to the area you came from, like the entertainment district. And it's these like kind of tight, narrow alleyways, and then like these wider. There's like one main street that's wider with like businesses, storefronts on both sides, and then like the upper floors will be used for apartments, and like the back side of the buildings where these tighter alleyways are will be used for apartments. And it's super easy to get up on the roofs there because they'll have like ladders and stuff, or stairways with like landings and such going up to higher floors. So there's tons of different ways, things to grab onto, ledges to get up onto the rooftops. And a lot of the rooftops are like flat with like little like some patio furniture on it and stuff like that. So super accessible once you get up there. And I wouldn't even make you roll for it because it wouldn't be of a particular challenge. And you'd be able to find a spot near enough to the inn to have a bird's eye view.
Okay, yeah, I'll just hang out up there and just wait and try to see if I can remember what the address was.
Darren.
Yeah.
Give me Lucian first, real quick, but I'm gonna you hold this after I tell you. Do a just a history check flat, and then Darren. You
13.
You don't remember the address.
Nope.
Darren, as you sleep, as you're passed out, give me a Arcana. Is there? Give me Arcana and or a D100, whichever one you like better.
I got really good Arcana. But there's part of me that wants to. We're gonna go with that. Can I do the thing where I can give myself a reroll? Is this a thing that I can?
Why not?
Cool. We're not gonna use you. We're gonna. What is wrong with me tonight? God, this is so bad. I'm rolling so bad. I haven't rolled above a 4. Hold, please. 12 for Arcana.
You have a wild dream. It is nuts. You are like big as shit. You're so big, and everybody is so small. And you're just like traipsing around, You're walking through the ocean, having a great time. There's a couple points in the dream where you kind of remember like maybe you were like kind of like flying or something, or like jumping really high. You're not really sure. It all happened really, really fast. And you remember you had like a house, and it was like kind of like a castle, but it kind of wasn't like a castle. And it definitely had this door. There was this big door, this really big door. And you went inside and you hung out with some people. You had like a family or something. You had like a husband. You can't quite remember. And then like all of a sudden you like some crazy something happened. There was like black stuff and like light, and like you like didn't have like a you weren't a body anymore. You were like floating around like in the third person. And then you woke up all of a sudden in your dream, like you came back to in your dream, and you remember very specifically not knowing if you were in a dream for like a split second, but then you were definitely in a dream. Like you just had the sense of like, oh, I'm not in a dream. Oh wait, yes, I am in a dream. And you remember looking at somebody, they were in like kind of, it looked like you were in like a shack. You were in this like shack that like kind of wasn't a shack. It didn't look quite right. It was kind of a dream shack. And you were like on a table and you weren't quite like all there. There was something wrong. You couldn't move. And you remember just this face. You kind of have a pretty good picture of the face for like a little bit, like maybe like 15 or 20 seconds after you wake up, and you kind of start to lose it really quickly. You can remember like a goatee, maybe like a little bit of stubble on the sides, like a wild mane of hair that was like kind of like golden, not like blonde, but like golden. This kind of like an olive complexion, incredibly super crazy bright blue eyes, like looking over you, um, and saying something. You can't quite remember exactly what the voice was saying. It was like he called you. He said you remember for sure. He said it's gonna be all right. We're almost done. You're gonna be back. Something to that effect. And then he called you like you could have sworn he called you mom. And then there was some like really bright kind of like light, and you felt like pain for a second in your dream, or like the threat of pain, and that woke you up, and you were back in the bed much later. You think you're awake now.
What was in those drugs?
You Nettie is next to you, and she's like leaned back against the wall, and she hears you talking. She kind of jumps up to consciousness. Excuse, what did you say, dear?
I had the weirdest dream, Nutty.
Oh, it'll do that. That's the point. Yes. Did you learn anything?
I don't know. I don't. What am I supposed to learn? What do you mean it'll do that?
Something. It's supposed to help. It makes it helps you see things that you otherwise couldn't. And given the fact that you can't see much of anything, I thought maybe you would get something from it.
I
I've been hoping I could get you to. You seemed like you wouldn't want to smoke for so long that I didn't ask. But in hindsight, I feel like maybe I should have done this sooner.
I mean, I don't. I saw. It was like I had a life, kind of. And I was like, had a family. And then I wasn't a person anymore. And then I was waking up, and they're like, it's good, you're good. And I don't quite remember actually exactly what they said, but it's just like I had a life. If that was what it was, that my past, Nettie? What was I seeing my past?
Maybe. I can't say for sure. But it's supposed to help uh make sense of things that you can't make sense of, and we've had a very difficult time making sense of your past, so perhaps. I hope so. You had a family, that's nice.
If I had a family, where were they? Why was I alone on that island?
I'm not sure. But maybe you should give it some time, see if you have any more dreams. Uh Maybe we could try again, or we could read your cards another night. Um I think you should consider maybe going and getting some food and taking a rest. Damien came looking for you. He was very worried. He thought that you might be. He seemed concerned. That's what my assistant said. Um, I think he's outside. Actually,
Oh, okay. I'll go find him.
don't don't panic. Don't think about it too hard.
Have you met me?
What?
I said, have you met me? You're telling me not to panic.
Oh, I see. I thought that was some weird existential like. Um, yes, I've met you. Just try not to panic. The more you
Okay.
think about it, the farther away it's going to get.
The dream or the panic?
The dream, the more you think about the panic, the quicker it's going to get there.
Right. That's been my experience.
Certainly. Would you like something to drink or something, maybe to?
I'm okay. I'm gonna go find Damien. Yes, especially you said he seemed worried.
Yeah, the assistant said that he was concerned. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll go find. He's outside. Like, is he outside the door or
I believe
is
he's just
somewhere?
outside the door. Yeah, I think. I mean, unless he left.
Oh yeah. I'll go see him.
You go to the door. The assistant gets up. He like goes over, opens the door for you, and you see Damien kind of like across the hall. He's like 8 feet away or something, kind of like waiting on the other side of the hallway.
Damien?
Darren, is everything okay? We were all a little bit worried for you.
Oh, sorry. I figured since you guys were coming back to check in with the captain that I would check in with Nettie. I didn't think about the fact that you guys would not know where I was at. That was dumb of me.
I don't know. It's not just me. Everyone kind of gets a weird feeling from Heimdall, and
Oh yeah.
we were a
No,
little worried about you
he's-
going there alone. So
I don't think he would do anything in a situation where it could be directly tracked back to him.
hopefully. I mean, the captain seemed worried for a second. I don't know what, because he seems to be hiding something. But yeah, I don't know.
Huh. Again, maybe he knows more about Heimdall than we do.
Well, on another note, why are your eyes red?
My eyes are red? Oh no, my eyes are bleeding! Why
No,
are
not
my
like
eyes
that.
bleeding?
There's like a little red. Like no, there's no blood.
Okay, good. It's been weird. I took some drugs. That's probably why. Nettie gave me drugs.
Oh, nice. I didn't know Nettie did drugs. Interesting. I
Nettie
should have
does.
thought about it with all the future telling and everything. That makes sense.
Yeah, she does all sorts of weird stuff. Cool stuff. But kind of weird sometimes.
So you're good though. Like Heimdall didn't do anything weird. You're gonna be all right. We were a little bit worried, and I was a little scared. I just wanted to make sure that you were doing good.
I mean, not anything weird in the sense that, like, impacted me. He's definitely lying. He's definitely, we definitely can't trust him. I do know that, but I don't know what he's trying to get.
Yeah, whenever we get this ship, we just got to make sure none of them robots are on it. Hopefully, he doesn't bug it or something.
Is Rhodey okay? I mean, I know that he probably is a bug, but he's so nice.
I mean, he's been a huge help so far, so I mean, it might be worth it. But I mean, at least if we know he's a bug, we can put him outside if we have any like important conversations.
And we can feed him false information.
Is Rhodey with us right now, or is he? Oh no, he's with Never mind.
No, he's with a Darren. But he wouldn't be. He can be turned on and off. But I wouldn't. I don't know that you would trust like, oh, I turned him off, so now we're good.
Yeah, like the bug could still be on. Yeah. But yeah, no, but that's definitely an idea we can do. But yeah, we just gotta keep it in mind. Rhodey's been a huge help so far, though.
He's really nice. How are you and Lucian okay? Did you make it back okay? I know I can see you, but is Lucian still staying?
Yeah, I think he made a decent impression on the captain. I messed up his name a little bit when telling him, but now he's gonna be called Lusty from now on. So it's kind of my fault, but I feel a little bad for him. But I mean, hey, he's a part of the crew now, so that's the good part.
Wait, is this another new name? I'm just
so.
getting used to Lucian.
The captain said to send old Lusty up to him. He hasn't been accepted as a crew as part of the crew yet.
Oh, never mind. He hasn't been accepted yet, but I mean, I think he'll get accepted. I mean, he's been a good help to us so far, and I mean,
Yeah.
Alistra's been with us longer, but I feel like Lusty's actually fall with us a lot more at this point. He's been a good help. Every time we fight, Alyssa just turns invisible, and we're like, "Where'd she go?"
Yeah, actually, I think. Have you seen her recently, or did she just? I think she either left or she's just been invisible this whole time.
Yeah, she could just be watching us. I don't know. Or I honestly have no idea with her. She was also interested in the sewers and everything that we were going through at one point. So maybe she's down there exploring. But
Huh. Interesting.
well, don't get too high, Darren. Make sure you're doing good. I know that you're not too used to drugs, but I think Nettie will take care of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty for sure that this is not going to be a super often thing. It's weird.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right though. I mean, I'm assuming Nettie does this often, so she's probably pretty used to it.
But yeah, she seemed pretty good at getting high.
It's quite a skill.
I guess.
Well, stay safe. I got some errands to run too. I'm gonna look for Lucian as well. I wonder where he's off to.
Okay. I can put a good word in for him for the captain too. I can maybe go touch base with the captain and.
Yeah, I'd suggest probably going tomorrow, but I think that'd be a good idea.
Is he in a mood?
I mean, yeah, he was in a mood, and I mean, you're also just high, but yeah, I feel like the combo.
Right! He'd be so disappointed in me. Oh gosh, I could just hear his voice right now. Darren, what do you think you're doing?
And we don't want to get Nettie in trouble like that too. He'd come down on Nettie, so.
Yeah, I should probably just go to bed. That's.
But I know Lucian would appreciate it if you did put in a good word. He's really trying to come on with us, so. He's
I'll
starting to
do
get a little
that.
sad at this point, so let's put in a good word so that he gets in here. I'm kidding. I was joking.
Okay. All right. I will do that in a time when I'm not high and therefore it carries more weight. Because the captain might just, he can't ground me, right? That's not a thing that he can do. I'm an adult. He can't grab me for getting high.
He's also not your parent, so I don't think he could anyway.
I mean, like, he's kind of. Never mind. No, he can't. I'm an adult.
And yeah, at that point, I'd probably go look for Lucian then, see what he's doing.
You go downstairs, possibly with Adair and possibly without. Sounds like she may just go to bed. If you go downstairs, you would still see Hedaru. That's the first person you would see. At this point now, it's a little bit packed. It's kind of like probably like 6-ish or something like that. So it's getting to be pretty packed. But you can see Hedaru. He's got wings and everything, so he kind of sticks out. As you enter in to the bar, you can still see Captain's gun up on his balcony. You kind of assume you don't see him, but you assume that maybe he's probably still there. His gun's up there. He's probably still up there by himself, presumably. You don't see anybody else or any sign of anybody else. And you see Jane, DJ, in the corner still. But you don't see Lucian inside the building. And I'm not going to make you roll for it because he's not there. But you would definitely not see him.
Okay. Would I know where Leovold's at this point?
Leovold isn't going to get back until like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Because he sat and watched the sunset with Obert and then stayed with Obert at Gazhat's for a little bit and then had to walk back. So he's not going to be there till I'll say like 8. He's going to be there at night.
Okay. And I'm assuming the location that the old man gave me, is that super far?
It's far. Yeah. I mean, it's not like a hop, skip, and a jump, but it'll probably take you like 3 hours. A lot of the trip would be you just walking because this is you're in a part of the building of the structure of Grand Rise where it's kind of ballooned out. So this is a very wide floor and you're all the way at the edge. So just getting to the center of this floor would take you probably like an hour. And then from there you would ride up. He's like about 10 floors above you, if I'm not mistaken. So you'd be able to reach it. And then once you get up there, it might be another like 30 minutes or something. But it's not the 5 minutes down the street. If you were to leave now and go do that, you wouldn't get back until like 9 or 10 or something like that, probably, depending on how long you spent talking to him.
Yeah, if I could do it in like one day, like get back at like nighttime, yeah, I would probably do that then, especially if no one else is around.
I mean, you could leave. You could leave the building right now with the intention of going in that direction, and you'd be able to get back to the Sky Saucer tonight. It's not an all day affair. It's 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, I'll do that then, because I gotta get that off my plate anyway. So let's do that.
You head outside of the Sky Saucer now, Lucian. You're watching the Sky Saucer. He's not hiding, so you would see Damien leave the Sky Saucer from up on top of the rooftops.
What kind of vibe is he giving off? Like he's looking for somebody, or he's just kind of like walking around?
I don't know. Damien, what kind of vibe are you giving off?
I mean, he's walking straight, but I feel like he's not like in a hurry or anything, I'd say. So I feel like he's going in a direction, but it's not like he's in like a rush, I'd say.
Your head's on. You're just like walking with a purpose, nonchalantly. You're not like nervous. You're not rushing.
I rolled a 13 on stealth. I'm just gonna try to follow Damien to see where he's going since he ditched me. Kind of mad at him.
Damien, what's your passive?
think it's 13. Hold up. What are you at again? Because it's not on my sheet.
It should be under additional sense types.
It's 8 plus proficiency plus your wisdom.
Okay, so it'd be 13.
Yeah, so you at some point, probably within the first couple minutes of you leaving the sky saucer, you would kind of get a little bit of a little spidey sense tingle, and you would turn around and you would like see like a little flash of somebody duck down, and then you would just see the tops of rabbit ears.
The funniest part is he doesn't care, so he's just gonna let Lucian think he's tailing him the whole time.
Let's go.
Solution, you like have this stealth mission behind Damien, completely successfully, by the way.
I start doing the Metal Gear Solid theme song.
You follow him up to about 11 floors, up an elevator, out into what is like primarily a residential district. There's a little bit of a square that has like kind of a quaint little like circular market with a fountain in it and stuff. But for the most part, it seems to be mostly residential and a smaller floor at that. And Damien goes to a portion that looks a little bit more run down, and he goes into what appears to be kind of like an abandoned section of buildings. And he goes inside one of the buildings after doing like a knock, and then doesn't come out. I'm going to jump real quick. Jane, at some point over the course of your night, as you're sitting and watching and waiting for like the rest of the crew that you've heard about to arrive, you've still only seen 2 of the people that you are like. I mean, if we're not counting, you've seen the captain, you've seen Hedera, you've seen Orfskir, and you saw 2 more people, and you have an awareness that there should be more than that. So you haven't seen the whole crew arrive at any point during your stay here at the Sky Saucer. But at some point during your stay, you're going to get a sending from your sheath, and they are going to ask you. You get you're sitting there. You get a little bit of a sensation in the back of your head before you hear, "Hey, Dagger, how's it going? Have you found them yet? How are they? Give me an update."
Well, so I found them. I have definitely found them. I'm still working on a way in. I have some ideas on how I can kind of get more information. Just waiting for the right opportunity.
That may have exceeded 21 words, but I think you were close. You wouldn't get another sending. You know that whenever you're contacted by your sheath, it's only ever once a day. You don't hear anything else. You get a hey bitch. You only ever get one a day from your particular sheath. And you're not really ever contacted by anybody else. If you ever are, it's told to you by your sheath, and then you go and there's like a dead drop or something. It's never ever more than that. So you're pretty loose as far as like your point of contact. You give them that update. There is not another message. Is there anything that Jane wants to do in the meantime? You know that the 2 guys, Lucian, the rabbit guy, he went outside probably about an hour ago at this point and disappeared. Actually, give me a perception check.
Nine.
Son of a bitch. This place is
Dang it.
the place is pretty packed. So at no point there is like you have a slight angle on the entryway. You can see like a sliver of the entryway, but you never see anybody of interest come or go over the course of your time here. The few hours that you've been here. Actually, been here for quite some time at this point in the universe. A few hours at least. You do know Captain's upstairs. You know Lucian went outside, and you know that Damien like went in the direction of the door, although you did never actually see him maybe exit. Um, and you know that Orski's upstairs, but you're like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. So you didn't. Is there anything that Jane wants to do before I jump to those guys, get that sorted, and then hopefully get everybody back in the inn before 3 weeks from now?
Is Heteru still in the bar?
Heather is there. Yeah, Heather is hanging out.
Okay, so I go up to Heteru and I say,
Okay.
hey, uh, Hamaru, Heteru, you know,
Oh,
it's I can't really pronounce your name. I'm thinking I need to
it's
call you something that I can pronounce. Um, how would Dirty Bird be? Like, what if I called you Dirty Bird? Would that be okay?
um uh I is that a nickname?
Yes. I thought I'd give you a nickname since I have trouble pronouncing your name anyway. I thought it would be best if I gave you a nickname.
I don't really have anyone else in the crew that I'm particularly close to at the moment, and I've never had a nickname. So I think that if you're going to have a nickname, Dirty Jane, that I should have a nickname. And if you, the person of the nicknames, wants to call me Dirty Bird, then it only seems fair that you're the one who gets to decide. Although I will say, I'm not completely fond of it, but I suppose there is sort of a theme, which is nice.
Well, I mean, we could go with Birdie Bird if you want,
No,
or Dirty
no, I
Bird,
think I
whatever you
like Dirty
like.
Bird better. Dirty Bird has a sort of
I like the ring of it myself.
it's
I
better
like.
than Birdie Bird.
Yeah, I tend to agree. So
What
hey,
are
so,
you why are you here, Dirty Jane?
well, I came looking for work, but the word on the street is that the boat is gone. Is that true? Did the boat go away?
Oh yes, it was blown up a lot. Big time. Big explosion. Nothing left, just a hole in the wall. And I nearly died. Um I think, but miraculously, no one died that I'm aware of. Some people did die, but no one that I care about particularly.
Well, I was told that you were the one that saved the day. Is that true? Were you the hero? You
Yeah.
seem
Um,
like you would be.
yes, yes. I played my part. I have wings, so
Yes.
that helps when people are falling to their deaths and such. And then, me and my friend Barnabas, who I can't seem to find anywhere, and Orfskier, we were all together doing a little reconnaissance, and we were at another bar just down the way, and that blew up. And I saved Orfskier and Barnabas, but Barnabas, he saw his old girlfriend, and now I can't seem to find him anywhere. And Orfskier lost his hand and then bit a man's throat out. So uh it's been a day.
Okay. So yeah, I thought you looked like the type that could save the day. So I noticed that Orbskier was grumpy. Was that why he was grumpy? Because he lost his hand? Is that
Oh no, he doesn't care about his hand. He's just an asshole.
well? Is that how you really feel?
Well, he gets paid to protect us, which is good because I think that if we took him off of the payroll, he would probably kill all of us.
Hmm. Well, so next question. I have a lot of kind of irons in the fire and job prospects, but I'm just curious. What are we going to do? What does a ship's crew do without a ship? I mean, what are we going to do to? I mean, should I take the job on board here?
Well,
If we don't have a
I
ship,
don't
what are we going to do? I'm confused. Why I was hired?
I don't know that I'm one to I'm not sure that I should be the one to speak to such important information, especially to someone so new. I'm quite new myself. Um, did you got hired, right? You're like technically
Yes,
hired.
I'm technically hired. I'm a little at a loss as to why now that I've found out that the boat is gone.
Well, I do believe we could go perhaps. Uh, I I wouldn't bother the captain twice in one day if you don't have to. Um, but perhaps there is Nettie. Have you met Nettie?
I have not met Nettie.
Nettie is upstairs. She's wonderful. Um, a beautiful woman. I think she's a high elf. I'm not really sure about that, but she comes across that way. And then, if you know what I mean, I love high elves. Don't never mind. And then, her assistant. His name is the assistant. And I wouldn't ask too much about that. Uh, and then, Darren and the others, Leovold. Uh, I think you met Damien. Uh, and we had some others, and we have many more crew members, but they're actually back across the blue, uh, and hopefully we pick them up soon. But if Darren's here, you might speak to her or Nettie. Um, I can show you where their rooms are if it would help.
Yes, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Uh, Come on, let's go find it. And he comes over, he gets up out of the bar. You notice when he gets up, he like immediately stumbles. Kind of, he does manage to catch himself, but he's drunk, proper drunk. And he walks across the bar. He goes over to the counter and he like falls back, but he's holding on to it. And he's like reading something against the wall with his head leaned back like this, with his eyes kind of slanted down. Darren is on. Uh, I think that says the third floor right there. That's her name. And then Nettie's there on the fourth floor.
Where are you reading that? Are you all right?
Right there, behind the hostess. And there's a dark furred tabaxi girl, maybe like a teenager, who is like curled up in the back of the hostess stand, just like staring at Heteru.
Okay, well, I think I'll head to the third floor, see what Adarin's doing.
Darren, she's very nice, very anxious. And I think that she might be developing an alcohol problem. So if you wanted to get on her good side, perhaps you could bring her what is something that Leovold would give her. Probably something sweet and tangy, like a lemon drop, or like a fiddlestick fizz cracker. You ever had one of those? And he starts walking over to the bar.
Well, so a lemon drop. Do you think she'd like a lemon drop martini?
Sure, that sounds delightful.
And would
And he
you
walks
like
over.
one too before I go? You look like you could use another.
He leans over the bar and he, 2 lemon drop martinis, please. And then about a minute later, now there's several bars. There's a bunch of different bartenders now instead of just the one lady. And this dwarven gentleman comes over with 2 of them. Heteru takes one. He hands the other one. He said, "Don't worry, I put it on the captain's tab." Joy, did you want one?
I know I've had enough tonight, so I think I'm going to pass at the moment.
I can tell you need to take a break. You're out of line.
Okay, Dirty Bird. Where I am gonna head up to see Adarin.
See you later, Dirty. And then
Okay.
he turns, drops the lemon drop, puts it down, and then like he immediately just kind of like swivels his head. He sees somebody and then just starts talking to them as you turn and start walking up to the third floor.
Okay. I head to the third floor.
You go to the third floor. You remember the room number. The room that is supposedly a Darren's is behind the stair. So when you come up the staircase onto the third floor, you have to you can go straight back down the hallway, or you can turn right and go around the opening of the landing. There's like a little guardrail and stuff, and there's one more staircase. It's like kind of over top of that staircase that goes up to the fourth floor, and her room is like 2 doors behind that. So it's like in the back side of the hallway on the right side, and it's like the second to last door. You go up and knock. Darren, you have since talked to Damien and said you're going to retreat to your bed. You're maybe going over your notes. It hasn't been quite long enough, I think, where you might not be asleep yet, but you're either like, maybe you're like, going over notes, or just like maybe eating some food, or trying to settle in to maybe try to get a long rest when you hear a knock. I'm just out of curiosity. This is a very small detail, but how does Dirty Jane knock? Is she like a thumper, or is she like a like a little tippy? In my mind, she's like a boom 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 kind of gal, but I don't know.
Yeah, she's a thump 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 kind of no business, no, knock knock knock. Not too loud, but definitely not quiet.
Knock knock knock. It's not the cops, but it's something bad.
Yeah.
I think Darren's probably journaling, and I think like fully like probably accidentally like flicked her journal, like out of surprise, like slowly go up to the door and like open it in that like very paranoid way where it's just like one eyeball sticking out. She's like, "Hello."
Drink delivery.
What?
Delivery. Yeah, drink delivery.
Who's it
Lemon
from?
drop martini. It's DJ.
Who's DJ?
The new crew.
Oh, right.
Hi.
Right. She'll open the door more. Damien did mention something. Hi. Your name is
wow.
DJ?
Yeah. You okay? Your eyes are red.
They're not bleeding, right?
No.
Okay,
Are you
good.
sad? You look like you could use a drink. Here.
Maybe I'll save that for later. Yeah. Maybe when I'm trying to go to sleep, that'll maybe it will be good.
It's now a bad
No.
time.
What?
It's now a bad time.
No, you're good. You're good. What brings you to our crew?
Well,
So
I was recently hired, but down at the bar, I found out the ship blew up. Heteru didn't have much information on it. I'm trying to find out why I was hired. If indeed we don't have a ship anymore, what is the plan here? Maybe you could help me out. Heteru seemed a little hesitant.
You didn't know that the ship blew up?
Well, I knew there was quite a commotion that happened. I don't know all the details, though, no. Maybe you could fill me in over some drinks. On me.
I should probably just stick to water, but I'm fine. Yeah. Yeah, I can let you know what's going on.
Okay, excellent.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, our ship blew up. We're getting a new one, so it's all good. I mean, not all good. There's still, like an explosion, and like I saw somebody whose like leg was blown off. It was a very awful, it's kind of horrific situation. And I really wish that I'd never seen anything like that. 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
Do you guys not have a cleric?
No, I kind of have been like our main person who does some healing, but like I only have like a little bit. I don't really know a lot. Most of my magic just kind of happens. But I am really smart, and so I studied, and I have figured out how to do some cure wounds. But Are you a cleric?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I do have a background in that, so I'm starting to see some places where I might be able to fit in.
yeah, that'd be good.
If we ever have a ship again, any idea when that's going to happen? And where do you normally fit in this whole team? I'm just trying to get an idea. How it's structured, where I'm going to fit in. The captain and I had a brief conversation, but I really don't have a clue what I'm going to be doing.
I mean, if the captain hired you, probably fit you in somehow. I don't know. We've got Leo works on the ship and the engine. And he knows a lot of stuff about Aether. And then there's somebody else works on it with him. I can't remember her name now.
I'll tell it to you right now. 1 second. We're stacking up the NPCs very quickly. Kelty.
Okay, I thought it started with a K. Kelty. She's not here right now though. And Nettie is like our guide in a lot of ways. But like she helps with like navigation, and she can see the future. It's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is she really good at reading people then, or just the future?
I mean, kind of both. She's pretty good. She's pretty cool. And Nettie's pretty cool.
Okay. She here?
Yeah, she's on the 4th floor.
Okay. Well, I'll have to meet her at some point, I think.
Yeah, you should. She's really cool. She's really good at getting high.
Oh, is that what happened to your eyes?
Does that happen when you get high?
Yes. Have you had the munchies? Are you hungry?
No. I've never been high before. I don't know what happens. I've been drunk before, but that's also kind of new.
Well, you look like you could use some sleep. Here's a martini. Enjoy. I just wanted to introduce myself. Try to get the lay of the land. Maybe tomorrow, after you've had some sleep, we could catch up some more.
Yeah, and then my eyes won't be bleeding, which I'm sure is very disconcerting for everybody else.
Okay, good night.
Good night, DJ.
See you tomorrow. Okay, I didn't really have anything else I wanted to do.
Introduce yourself to Darren. You pick her brain as much as you can without being too aggressive. After you finish talking to her, do you just go back to the bar and wait? Do you get a room and settle in? Do you continue to just kind of wait?
Settle in. Gonna avoid Nettie.
Not gonna go anywhere near that lady.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know.
Okay.
Avoid Nettie. You go. You get a room. There is like a tab for the captain, and you can put it on there, so you don't got to worry about your gold. They give you a room on the 2nd floor, and you're able to go up there. You're unfortunately across the hall from Orskier, but you go up there and everything's quiet. It's like, okay, maybe he's asleep now. Not a big deal. And you settle into your room. It's very nice. It has top of the line stuff. There's copper in the ceiling that kind of releases a temperature control. There are self-controlled sconces that are enchanted so that you can just give a little clap and they'll turn on or off. And you can even walk over and just kind of wave your hand in front of one and they'll turn on, so you can have isolated light. There's some books in here. There's some clothes even, and there's a nice bed. And you kind of settle in, start getting ready to possibly go to sleep and get prepared for the day tomorrow. Lucian, you see Damien arrive at this kind of worn down building.
just peer inside. What do you do? Just out of curiosity before he jumps to Damien.
Do I lose sight of him, or
When he goes inside, you would lose sight of him unless you were to, go inside and follow.
yeah? Is there like a big guy, like a bouncer situation?
No, he
Like
just did it. He did like a kind of like it looked like he did like kind of a particular kind of knock when he entered. He didn't like just do like a doop 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 or anything. And you saw it looked like maybe he said something before the door opened, but there wasn't like a bouncer outside or anything.
Okay. I'm going to. Is there like a vent or something in the building?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, I feel like doo-doo cheeks. 6.
You don't have to look that hard. You're not super happy with the entry point that you found, but the building is dilapidated enough where the roof itself does have like a big hole in it, and you
All
can
right.
extend into the lower floor, which you think is the second or third floor.
I'll probably just wild shape and go in there. I'll turn into a spider with a little bushy tail and ears.
You start moving about the space. It takes you a couple minutes to get down to the first floor, but when you get down there, you see Damien sat across from an older gentleman who has like long white hair, this kind of like black robe, a curved sword sits next to the old man, probably like leaning against like this kind of like dilapidated wooden chair. And then you see Damien across from him. Nobody else, just those two. As you kind of settle into a corner somewhere and watch. Damien, you knock. You hear a voice from the other side of the door. Once you make your presence known, the door opens and you see the old man. He lets you in. You guys go and sit down. And where are all the NPCs? Yeah, actually, you don't know this old man's name. He's still just old man.
Yeah,
So
I just know the
that's
kid.
yeah. So you sit down with him after he lets you in. When you see him, what do you say after knocking? He opens the door.
It's good to see you're still alive.
He kind of looks outside. He says, "Come quickly inside." He opens the door a bit. You kind of set to slip in as he quickly closes the door behind you. As you come in, you can see he like waves a hand over the door and he says a couple words under his breath. And then he turns and he says, "Would you like some tea or something else to drink while we talk? I'm not sure why you are here, but for the moment, me and my grandson are stuck here. We seem to have been... we've lost connection to the woman that we were put on to. So, I hope you have good news."
Well, I mean, the main reason why I'm here is because things aren't really looking too good. I'm hearing the Lamplighters have not been that powerful right now, and they kind of were the scapegoats for a lot of this. So I'll be honest, I don't know when you're not be hearing from her. And I mean, I none of us have heard from her either. She's been going dark basically at this point. I did want to hear about your guys' situation. You were saying that people were chasing you guys earlier. Has that been still going on? Are you guys still hidden? And how long do you think you guys can stay hidden for?
Maybe a few weeks. Usually it takes them... this is a big city, so I suspect I've been careful, but the explosion didn't help. That was a big sign. but so far, I don't think they've picked up on my trail yet. But I can't imagine that would be true for much longer. But I have my ways of staying safe.
Okay. Is the boy here with you, or is he in another location?
No, Yuju is here. He's in the back, keeping up with his studies.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear back from her in a couple weeks. I do want you guys to be safe, but not only that, I also want to return to my homeland, just like you guys do. I'm going to be leaving on a new ship soon with my crew, and we're going to be getting more resources, getting more things. I want to get more knowledge before going back. And if you'd be willing, I think maybe not, maybe I could. I think I could work things out with the captain and maybe get you guys to come with us if you think that would be better for you guys and if you think that'd be the safer option.
Do you think that your captain would be interested in taking us? I am willing to pay him handsomely should he be able to get us back to Omyoji.
My biggest goal right now is getting back to Omyoji. So if he didn't accept you guys, I think I'd probably just stay back here with you. But I know that you guys helped us out. If there was any fighting or anything, I've already seen you fight. You're stronger than me, I think. So I know that you guys can pull your own weight. So I don't think it would be any problem with that. If it did come to money, then you guys can work out something. But the captain's a generous man. Or not generous, but he's a businessman. He knows good deals when he sees one.
Are you still at the inn that I met you? The sky saucer.
Yeah. But we should be staying there for another week, so I would suggest hiding low until then.
Why don't you tell your captain about my plight and tell him that maybe leave the gold out of it at first, but if he seems hesitant, you can tell him that there isn't a price that I could not pay.
Okay, I got it. Before I go, I did come a couple hours, and while you're great company, I did kind of want to see the boy before I left.
He points to a door that's back behind this like dilapidated kitchen. Yuju is back there.
Okay, so I'd go back there then.
You walk to the door. It's unlocked. You open it and you see the boy. He's in like a white kind of like thin robe, like kind of like a nightie, and he's sat on his bed cross-legged with a book in front of him. There's a little oil lamp on, and he's reading against it. The rest of the room is kind of darkened, and you open the door, and he kind of sits up straight, closes the book, keeping his thumb like carefully at the page where he was, and it looks like he's actually like pinning his thumb to the specific line that he left off on. As he looks up, he says, oh, "It's good to see you again. Hi."
Hey, Yuju. It's a nice surprise to see that you guys are doing fine. I was a little worried when the lamplighters went down that you guys might have went down with them. So good to see you guys are still here.
Grandfather will keep us. He always keeps us safe. We'll be. You don't need to worry. We're okay. I'm in good hands. But thank you for your concern. We're tired, but we're used to being tired.
Well, if the conversation with my captain goes well, you guys might be tired for a lot longer on our ship. So I don't really know the full plans yet, but all I know is that I'm trying to go to the same place you guys are going. And I think if we stay together, we'll not only be safer, but we can probably achieve the same thing we want to achieve. So
Why do you want to go to Omioji?
I was born there, and I have a few things that I gotta finish off before I go off. But I have
Do
a few.
you do you
What do
do you remember what Omioji is like? I've read about it in books, and grandfather has told me about it. Uh, but depending on what book I read, I get a totally different picture of the place. Uh, what was it like for you, if you remember?
I I totally forgot that you don't remember anything from there. Wow. Um, yeah, I lived in a small village, but things were great. We didn't have a lot, but that's the thing. In our village, we didn't really need a lot, and we kind of helped each other, and that's just how we got by. If things got hard, we could just look over to our neighbors and to our friends and to our family, and yeah, I miss those days.
Do you were you a member of the Saseto clans, or uh, were you part of the Kasai?
We were part of the Kasai clan.
Were they good to you?
He just sort of like laugh like weirdly, but well, that's a story for another day. Once you get on the ship, I'll tell you more about my past, and I'll tell you more about my experiences with the Kaisei clan. And you could tell me more about your experiences, because it seems like you've had different experiences than I have. But
Well, I only know of the only person from Omioji that I've ever met is my grandfather, and um, he's Kasai, and I'm Kasai. Uh, and I kind of remember my mother, but um, she wasn't Kasai, so
yeah, I I've not had too many good experiences, so I don't normally like talking about it. That's the main reason why I even ended up here, was after the fallout of what happened.
I'm sorry if my clan harmed you.
Don't worry about it. I don't fully blame them. I should have known better. It was mostly my fault, so don't mention it. But you got to right the wrongs that you put in the world, you know?
Yeah. Um. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say hi, see how you were doing. There is one thing you should know though. Your grandpa, he's very strong, and he's a good guy, but you got to keep studying, keep training. He's keeping you safe so that one day you'll be strong enough to do your own things and to stand up on your own. And just keep working on it, okay?
Do you do you know about the do you know about the Black Lotus?
No, what's that?
Do a history check.
I rolled a 5.
You start trying to think about it, and then you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you see the old man, and he says, "Okay, I think that is enough. Damien, why don't you go and speak to your captain? I'm I would like to get out of here sooner rather than later if we can. And Jozo needs to return to his studies.
Okay. I'll. Should I come back here after I figure out the stuff with the captain, or is there a way I can relay a message to you?
Will you know tomorrow?
Yeah, by tomorrow night I should know.
I will find you tomorrow night.
Okay, I'll see you then. You stay safe and keep training. And I'm gonna give him a fist bump.
He gives you a fist bump, and he's kind of like blushes a little bit. He doesn't. He like goes for like a handshake, and then he closes it and bumps. Thank you. Be safe. May the gods bless your journey.
The gods have never blessed me, so, but I appreciate the words.
All right, Avriel. Jeez. You go ahead. You leave. The grandfather gives you like one bow as he closes the door. Lucian, you were able to, in your spider form, be sort of aware of all of that. As the grandfather closes the door and you're like kind of making your way up, you hear him say, he like in this kind of like, he like sings a little song and it's in a language you don't understand. But then at the end, he says, in like again, in a sing-songy voice, silly little spider comes out to play. And when he does, and then he smacks down on a table real hard.
Oh shit! I better get out of here. Scary old man.
As you scurry upstairs, you go out the hole, get up to the top floor. You see Damien leaving. You kind of go behind him and like, keep tailing Damien as you go across. You're a jumping spider, so you like might leap to a farther rooftop. You kind of look over your shoulder, and for a brief moment, you see the top half of the old man, but he like wisps away into shadow, and the shadow disappears down into the hole where you came from, and he was looking at you.
Oh shit.
You can
Okay, yeah,
never turn into a spider again on our ship.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna dip. It's time to go. Bye bye.
You dip. You stick with Damien. Not like being now you're a spider, so you're not. I think Damien would still be aware of like the fact that you probably are following him, but he wouldn't be able to see you because you're a fucking spider.
Okay.
But you and Lucian, or Damien and Lucian.
I would say Damien would probably wait. Like if you like, I feel like I'd be aware that he's there, and I'd probably just like wait for him and just be like, "Lucian, where you at, man? I know you've been following me."
Oh, you're so perceptive. And then I'll just I'll shape out. If you knew I was following you, then why didn't you say something earlier?
I was hearing some really nice theme song music going on in the background. It was pretty cool, so I was enjoying that.
Oh, that's you're so funny. Itsy bitsy spider. And then whatever. Anyway.
Oh no, I was talking about the snake music, but
oh yeah. Anyway, why'd you ditch me?
are you talking about at the inn? I had to go find a Darren. She was at Heimdall's place, and the captain was saying all these weird things about Heimdall.
You just like, oh yeah, the captain's right there, and go talk to him. And I'm like, hello. Do you not remember how I met you guys? I was a spider.
That is true. Yeah.
So next time, help me out. Do a formal. This is Lucian. He is amazing. Something like that, and then you could be just broody Damien after that.
No, I do apologize. If there's any consolation or if I can make it up, I made sure to get a Darren to also make sure to put in a good word for you.
Oh, fantastic! Yes, the Darren's. She's she's very nice, but like in like a chaotic way so far that I've seen. But you know, I keep notes on everybody. I have a journal. So, have you met the Dirty Jane?
I saw him. I didn't really. I mean, I saw her. I didn't get to really talk to her though.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you're in for a treat. She's something.
Wait, you said you had a notebook on everyone?
No, no, no. I, I no. Sometimes I take notes. Okay, I'm very observant. Not so observant though that I forgot where my mom lives. Can you believe that? I
That,
I went to I went to the postmaster and I was gonna send her some money and totally forgot where she lives.
that that sucks. When was the last time you saw her?
Oh, it's been 10 years, maybe longer. I don't know. I just kind of like lost track of time. I came to Grand Rise to like make a name for myself, make some money, send it back to mom. She's not my real mom, by the way. She's just like a really nice lady, but we all call her mom because she takes in a lot of people. Um, but then I was like, you know what? This place is getting kind of crowded, and I don't do good with lots of people. So I left and I said, I'll send you money when I come back, or not come back, but you know what I mean. And then I totally forgot to write down where she lives. So
Wow,
now,
that's surprising. You're one of the first people I've seen that hasn't been living or like born in this city. Were you more in like a smaller like area or like place?
yeah, it was kind of like it was raining all the time, and there's like all sorts of creatures because I wasn't the only like bunny boy there. There was other different types of people, and mom just took everybody in. Like whoever didn't have a home or who didn't have family, she took us in. She gave us food and water and a roof over our heads, and we had to do a lot of chores. A lot of chores. There's a lot of kids. So eventually, I was the oldest one, and then I was like, you know what? I can't stay in mom's house all the time. You know, you start living in the garage, and then you're like try to start a band, and it doesn't work, and then you just so I decided I might as well take my talents to South Beach or something.
Yeah, that life sounds peaceful.
It
How
really
my childhood
was.
was.
It really was. It was very nice, very nice. But yeah, I just don't remember where she
So,
lives.
I know you said you didn't remember like the address. If like you got on a ship, would you be able to fly to the island or to the place?
Uh, yeah, I might be able to remember if we ever like came across it. I would be like, oh yeah, or it's like maybe there's like a tower or a lighthouse or something. I don't know, man. It's my memory's not the greatest,
Yeah,
but it's okay.
well, those type of things in life you shouldn't take for granted. If you ever find a way to go see those people again, I would suggest it.
Yeah, you're right. I totally messed that one up. You know, gotta get an address. And because like how do you pay for taxes? Like where you live, got income tax and stuff. I don't pay taxes, so. But anyway, enough about me. Who's that little boy? Who's you?
Okay. Okay, don't say it like, hey, Paul's out of character. Don't say
Who's that Uju boy?
we met them earlier on our trip, and they actually came from my homeland. It's a faraway place, so I normally don't really meet people from that far away.
But you know where you live, like you know where like you came from. You know the address.
That's the thing. I can't really send anything there, so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like I
Well,
know I
maybe.
know the direction of it.
I don't really think I have an address though.
Well, maybe that's my problem too. I can't send anything there. So then, why would the postmaster know where Mom lives? You know. But
I mean, if you're on a small enough like little island or little area, I mean, maybe it's not in the mailing system. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, true. You're very right. Oh, oh. Well, that's good. You have people that you know from your homeland. You're not like a total fish out of water or whatever that's called. A fish out of the blue.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I've always kind of felt like a little bit of an outcast, especially after I had to leave. So
Is
it's
it
been a
true
little
that
bit
you're?
of a weird feeling, but I
It's
don't
true
know.
that you're.
I just don't want that kid to grow up the same way I did or the same way other people I knew did. So I just hope that he gets a different future than I have.
Is it true that you're immortal? I heard a rumor.
Oh God, who told you?
I don't know. I just I heard it, I think, or maybe like my mind said, yeah, that guy's immortal. I don't know. Like
Look, I'm not. Oh, God, I don't even like talking about this. I'm not immortal. Okay, I just haven't figured out how to die yet. It's been hard, but I
are you voluntarily like looking to do that, or like?
not anymore. Not anymore. You don't
Oh,
have to
okay.
give me.
I was
You only
like,
gotta.
I know where a therapist lives in Grand Rise. We could go there right now. I mean, it's
No,
we
I'm
don't
good.
want to.
I'm
Okay,
good.
I'm happy thoughts.
Thankfully all like the pain and everything I feel, I have a goal that I got to do anyway, and that's much more important. And like you said, I now got people in my life now that I at least care for. So
Yep.
things have been worse. I'll say that.
You know what I say? Don't worry, be happy. That's what I say.
Oh God, please don't do puns. Is that going to be your thing on the ship? Please.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, kind of, I could just be like, "Hey, have a happy day," or you've got me
hoppy.
or you've got me hopping mad. I don't know.
Word of advice: the captain will shoot you with his gun if you make puns all day. So I'd suggest not saying that too much to the captain.
Okay, you're right. That joke was a bit harebrained.
Damien is just sort of just keep walking, just with his head down. He's done.
Where are you going? I'm not expendable to you.
If he had key points right now, he'd be dashing and he'd be second winding right now out of there.
Oh, okay. Oh, my happy moment has been ruined. I probably shouldn't do puns. Wait for me!
You chase after Damien through the city back to the center elevator. You go back down to the floor of the Sky Saucer. You guys have to kind of go through the city for about an hour before you arrive back at the Sky Saucer around 9 o'clock. You guys would arrive within the same time window as Leovold. So Leovold might still be like around. Leovold, you get back to the Sky Saucer, and this is going to decide because you would get there before they do, by a few minutes at least. You get in. I do imagine you're quite tired, but you come in. You do see Heteru at the bar. At this point, clearly very inebriated. He is like all over the place, just like swaying and rocking, and he's sweating, but he's a bird. Like his feathers are wet. That's how drunk this man is. You can see, I would say, just you can see that the captain's gun is up on the balcony. And actually, at this point, he's probably up on the balcony, leaning against the balcony with a drink, as a matter of fact. So it'd be kind of hard to miss him. And then the rest of the floor is packed. You don't see anybody else. You still have a room from the night before. I think it was from the night before, maybe 2 nights ago. Recently, you still have a room. And the rest of the bar is packed. The dinner hall to the left is packed. The bar is pretty packed. There's people up in all of the various balconies and stuff. There's, it's much more. It's very lively at this point, at this time. what do you do?
He's been walking for equivalent of probably like
Forever.
fucking 18 hours straight at this point.
Yeah, for real.
Well, first thing he'll do is go up to the bar, order basic whiskey, uh pay for it, take the glass, look at Heteru and just shake his head. How far is the captain's balcony from the bar?
It's a couple minutes. You'll be able to get up there. It's 3 floors up. Or 3
well,
levels. 3 levels up.
that's within 30 feet, right?
No, it's probably, well, it's a little bit more than that. It's about 12 feet per balcony. So it's actually a little bit more than 30. But are you trying to flash up there?
Pretty much.
I would allow it. It's close enough. All you have to do is go a little bit up the spiraling staircase, and then you'd be able to pop over there.
Yeah. So he just, because he's tired of walking. And once he gets within range, when he looks up, sees the captain at the balcony, he'll do his star step and appear right next to the captain, a couple, like a foot away from him.
In my head, you
Drinking.
appear like standing next to him, like also leaning over the balcony with your drink, and like the captain doesn't flinch. He's just like, "Hey."
So we've got a week left until what? We get the boat.
Yeah, 1 week. And he swirls his drink, takes a little sip. 1 week, and then we can get off of this hunk of metal and back where we belong. How are you holding up? And he looks over and he says, "Not good." Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. So I do have to ask you, do you know how big this ship's gonna be?
I've heard it's bigger than the one we had. Mostly taller. It's not going to be a whole hell of a lot longer, but that's probably an understatement. It's going to be about 4 or 5 times as tall and about twice as long. We're going to have to pick up Kelty quick and get you your assistant back, or else you're going to be fucked.
When am I not with you at the sail? But
Hey,
to be
we've survived
fair,
this long. All right.
on luck, stupidity, and plenty of inebriation.
That sounds like a recipe for success if I've ever heard one.
He's just like standing next to him, leaning over, just whirling his drink. He hasn't taken a sip of it yet. There's potentially a new crewmate, but he's quite different. Dumber than a box of rocks, but
Oh,
he's a
so the
big
same
fe-
as all of you motherfuckers. Great.
I'll remember that next time you want me to get the fuck out of Dodge. When there's a fucking blue worm thing trying to eat us. Duly noted, I'll just hit the brakes.
Well, you mean in like 10 days when we get back on the blue and some fucking abomination from the bowels of the fucking...
Yep, exactly. I'll just kill it. So
Yeah.
I'll just die. Yeah, fuck.
If you pull the brake hard enough, we won't even know we're dead, so...
Be nice. He's a big fella. Stronger than probably everyone on the crew. That's saying a lot, too.
Stronger than Yelma?
Let's just say those two would get probably along if the big fella likes to fight. I don't think he does. I think he's more of an artist. from what he's described. But I'd put some money on him.
Well, I mean, we're gonna need the help. I've already spoke to a few people. Hemdahl, of course, but the Aether, the head of the Aether Academy, head of external affairs. I had some meetings with them, and we're gonna have a shit ton of grant money for hiring. So we're gonna be taking on a whole bunch of fucking hands. So I mean, we're hiring.
Don't worry, I think you'll get them for cheap.
You get a fucking raise, by the way, dickhead.
Keep it.
That's the dumbest thing I ever fucking heard. I'll put it in your pillowcase.
Listen, you're gonna get this one for cheap just because he fancies a Darren, all right?
Is that going to be a excuse? What the fuck did you just say?
I'm sorry, did I fucking stutter? Or did you just become deaf all of a sudden?
Well, what do you mean he fancies a Darren?
Then he'll like turn to him a little bit, look at him. He fancies a Darren.
Well, who the fuck is this guy? Is he here?
No, definitely not. He's back where the ship blew up. There's a place I got him to stay at with a few people I know. But he's gonna be pretty hard not to notice. Like, he's kind of like looking down. He'd probably come up to the second balcony.
Oh shit. Oh, damn. What is he? A fucking half giant or some shit?
Something like that.
Oh.
I don't know.
Shit. Okay. Fucking ogre. Damn. Well, I mean, fuck. Yeah, are we allowed to fucking hire ogres? Is that a
You're the
thing you're
captain.
allowed to fucking do?
You're the captain. You can hire whoever the hell you want. Who's gonna stop you with the grant and backing of all these fucking organizations?
You know, we're gonna need some strong ass motherfuckers. They have these pylons. Heimdall was telling me about pylons. You know anything about fucking pylons?
I know the notion of them.
Yeah, well, apparently you gotta fucking crank these fuckers up and put them somewhere, and they provide like direct power to some kind of gravitational vortex, some bullshit. I don't know. But they're heavier than my fucking nuts. So somebody's got to pick this shit up, and we're gonna have a fucking crane right there on the dock, right on the deck. I mean, but it might not hurt to have some. I was gonna ask Yelma to do it, but I think she would get fucking pissed because that's not her job. So do you think this fucking for a
Maybe.
second when you said he was interested in a Darren, I was concerned, but now that you said he's an ogre, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should be more concerned. Is he like, the kidnap the princess kind of fucking ogre?
He's more along the lines of the princess that got kidnapped.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. That's fine. If you think he can
Your mother never fucking read you a bedtime story, did she?
No, I went to military school when I was 5 years old.
Explains everything.
So if you think he can lift like, I don't know, a couple 1,000 pounds or something with relative ease, because it sounds like he's a big motherfucker. I mean, shit. I could pay him like, I don't know. You decide, I guess. He'll be your man. He's gonna be lifting up your fucking pylons. So
He's not my man. I'm doing this because I told him I would, and if I didn't, and Darren found out, I'd never hear the fucking end of it.
well, you're gonna be the guy who's gonna be like, hey, that pylon's down. We need another pylon. And I'm gonna say, motherfucker, I don't know what that means. And then you're gonna say, well, Captain, we need to do the pylons to do this and do that. So you just hire the pylon guy, You tell me what you think he's worth, and I'll put it in the grant.
All right. At some point this next week, I'll go by and tell him that he's hired. But speaking of our benefactor, do you actually trust him?
Do I trust him? My
Stop thinking
trust.
about money. Literally, and this is a serious question now.
All right. Do I trust him outside of the financial situation as a person?
Do you ever think when he offers you a job, is there any moment where you think, why?
I mean, on this one, yeah. On the other ones, it was typically just, hey, city needs Aether. I'm the Aether guy, so get me some Aether. That seemed pretty straightforward. This whole thing seems a little personal, but
I'm going to take the drink that I've been swirling and just put it next to the captain on the railing. Either A, want to drink that now, or B, gulp it after what I get done saying. So, I killed Valencio, right?
I mean, I assumed it was something like that. Yeah, either you killed him or he was in jail. It's all the same.
Well, he admitted. Not so much, actually. Darren kind of did her thing and figured straight out, but he's saying that Heimdall's framing him. And
Shit.
Heimdall blew up the Nomad.
Yeah, have you talked to Darren about it yet? Have you asked her what that meant, how she felt about that?
Yeah, I pulled out my gun and shot him in the fucking head.
Oh, so not good. Okay.
I'm just saying he's making us go out further than we have in years.
We're supposed to be. You haven't seen. I talked to the head of the Aether Academy. This old ass motherfucker. I mean, old. This man's like, he was supposed to die, 80 years ago. This guy. He probably was at the first celebration of Haven with the fucking gods. This guy, and anyway, he told me that we're supposed to go out. We're going to be like charting unknown territories outside of the archipelago, past past Olda, past the tides, past all that shit. We might even, if we can find route, we can go past the drag. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We're going to have so much of these fucking pylons. Apparently these fucking pylons, you got one, you're good to go for there's multiple of them and they divert energy or some shit. You got to burn almost no Aether to fly this thing.
Interesting and concerning at the same time. But all right. And that doesn't scream why to you at all.
Well, I mean, I know that, it's Progress Day and we're, I imagine maybe, Archipelago's only so big, but, we were just over there in File Cooley. We just tapped that Aether mine. You saw the size of them crystals. We're going to be mining that thing for fucking decades, so I don't think it's a matter of resources. I don't pretend to know what the reason is.
I've been up for the last 18 hours, so I'm going to go to my room and get what little shut I am going to get before all this shit happens. Listen. Something about this whole thing isn't right to me. We're getting a ship, and he's asking us to go out further than anyone's ever gone. Pretty much spearheading the unknown. For what? That's my question is, what for?
I don't know, but I think that it's probably going to be our business to try to find out before it finds us out.
Leovold's gonna turn around, kind of take 2 steps towards the balcony door, and just over his shoulder look at the captain and go, "Enjoy the drink. I got He looks at his backpack. 4 bottles of really good shit in here.
You know, once we get back on the blue, I'm not going to be drinking anymore. So fine. He holds it up, takes a sip.
Might die in my sleep now. Holy hell!" And he's gonna walk through the captain's room. Does anything is there any paperwork or anything that's just laying about?
Give me a perception check.
Oh shit! That is a 25.
So there is a piece of paper that is on the table. There's like when you go off the balcony, there is a circular couch that has like a table in the middle of it, and then behind it there's the steps that go up to like this little alleyway that then goes to the door and out to the hallway. On the table, there's some drinks and stuff like that. There's a little bit of like splash beverage, and there's a piece of paper that is like half on some liquid and half off, and you can see where it's like kind of soaked in some of the liquid, and it must have been there for a little while because it's starting to brown. And on top of that, there's a picture. And then on top of that, there's like kind of like a little file, like a folder. It's black. It's like leather. It's bound. And there's some papers hanging out of that. You can see the top right of the picture. You can see like the half of the captain's face. He looks like he's maybe 10 or 20 years younger in the picture. You can't see what's on what would be his right side because the folder and stuff covers it. But on his left side, there's a little girl who's like maybe 2 or 3, and he's holding her up. You can tell that he's like smiling a big smile. Her arms are up in the air. And the picture looks like kind of faded. On a 25, you can see that like it's degraded a lot. It looks like this picture gets he touches this picture a lot. You can see where like there is like part of the picture, like the actual texture has weathered away from him probably holding it up in the right hand corner where he wouldn't be touching any of the actual image itself. And then beneath that, there's a piece of paper that's half wet. It's been kind of dried, so now it's getting a little brown. And it's a letter. It's signed from. Hold on a second. Do. I know they're in here. It's from Professor Talor. And you can see like the first 2 lines, and it says like congratulations on being the first to captain this experimental vessel. And then the second line, like a little exclamation point, and then the second line begins to say, essentially, like, you know, I hope you're excited to be able to go deeper into the blue than anybody's gone before, and then it's hidden beneath the picture in the file.
He'll kind of just like lean over, look at the photo, notice what was on the letter, but he doesn't leave. His eyes doesn't leave the photo too long. He kind of focuses on that, and he just like says to himself, like, he's either gonna shoot me or drink me under the table when we're out in the blue when I bring up this conversation. And He's gonna leave the captain's quarters tirelessly, fucking exhausted, stumbled towards his, and once he gets to his quarters, just sprawl out on the bed and go to sleep.
Die.
Almost.
So you guys come in, and you actually, Lucian and Damien, you guys come in just as you see Leopold kind of go up around the first floor. Like you see, like you can definitely tell that it's Leopold. He has kind of like this vest on. He has particular attire, but he is. There's like people in front of you. The place is packed. Before you can get his attention over all the noise and everything, he continues up, disappears, probably goes to his room. At this point, you see Heteru, you see the captain up on the balcony, you see nobody else. What do you guys do?
I mean, it's late. I think Damien would start getting ready to sleep. Lucian, I think I might be going to sleep soon. Are you doing anything before you head out?
Nope. I think I'm just gonna go find the roof to sleep on. But we will meet in the morning, right?
Yeah, and we'll make sure to talk to the captain again. We'll get you on the crew.
Sounds great. Well, have a good night.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Lucian, you go back outside. You already kind of got a view of the roofs around here, and you probably already have like a kind of a favorite. So you go back to the roof that you liked. Maybe it has like kind of like a little like a rooftop garden. It's kind of comfortable. You nestle down there, go to sleep. Damien, you return to your room, go to sleep, and you guys get a long rest and wake up the next day. You guys would maybe start to gather in the morning. Horskier would be downstairs for breakfast. The assistant would be downstairs gathering up a breakfast for Nettie. The captain would be down there with some coffee, steak and eggs. As you guys begin to gather and stuff, the crew and the captain, like the captain might have something to say to one of you guys as the group gathers. But is there anything that anybody wants to do in particular as the day begins, either privately in your rooms or as you head downstairs?
Darren would want to find the captain at some point and maybe talk with him, kind of like away from the rest of the crew.
I know we decided that Darren kind of wakes up like at the ass crack, just like at the same time as the captain.
Yeah. Teacher's pet.
If anybody feels like they would also be up like at the first, like at 5 a.m., then you could potentially be downstairs. But the captain would be up and like downstairs getting his coffee, getting his breakfast. Probably breakfast later than the coffee, but he starts drinking his coffee and stuff like at 5 on the dot. He's already up, dressed, his room's been made downstairs. So if anybody wants to be like, oh, I might be there too, you can interject. But until then, Darren, you head downstairs at 5 on the dot, like down the steps, entering the bar area at 5, and you see the captain in a corner booth, coffee already down. And you see he has another cup of coffee across from him.
Like his coffee, another cup for him, or like somebody else was there?
There's another cup just sitting there on a saucer.
Okay.
Across from him.
All right, I'll just go up to him and be like, Captain, good morning.
Good morning to Darren. Why don't you sit down? I got you a cup of coffee. He reaches over, he grabs some cream and some sugars and stuff and puts them over towards you.
Oh,
I didn't make it up for you. I wasn't really 100% sure on how you want your coffee, and coffee's very special, so I didn't want to mess it up for you first thing.
Thank you. Yeah, I think Darren will like start getting her coffee ready while talking with him. Like, sorry for not checking in. When I got back, it was there's just been a lot. It's just been a lot, and I didn't think about it. But I have the like blueprints and stuff from Heimdall here for everybody to look at
Here,
for the ship.
all right, cool. Can I take a peek at them?
Oh yeah. And Darren will take him out and hand him over.
He opens it up. He starts going through them. He's looking at some like the structural designs and stuff of like the actual ship itself. He doesn't understand anything about the Aethra stuff, and you can see like he grumbles a little bit when it gets to like the magical components. But when it's like the actual body of the ship, or like the masts or anything, like he takes interest in that. And then he goes over to the rooms. He gets to the captain's quarters and everything here looks good for me. Your spaces here, they're listed. It looks like he's offering to let you guys kind of customize your space. Have you customized your space at all?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that yet. But I might have some ideas. I guess like how much, what all can we do like to customize?
I mean, I don't know. Hemdall's pumping like an untold amount of gold into this project. So I think you can kind of do whatever the hell you want as long as it fits within inside of the square footage of the space.
Could I get like a wall of bookcases?
Yeah, I mean, that probably would be relatively cheap in comparison to what he would be willing to give you. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Okay. What do you think of Heimdall?
I think a lot of people have been asking me what I think about him. I think that he is super rich. I think that he has a personal reason for asking us to do this. I don't think anybody pumps the kind of money he's pumping into a project out of the kindness of their hearts, considering that all he owes us is 10,000 gold, and he's already paid that, and he's given us all this on top of it. So, he probably he's probably like a filthy pervert or something.
Is that why Damien said that you were worried, or maybe a little worried when you heard that I went there alone?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, you're a young woman, and he's a strange man with a whole bunch of money. You know, strange men with a whole bunch of money and the stuff they do.
No, I don't.
Well, that's good. Let's keep
You
it that way.
know that I only remember a certain amount of time, and I've been on the ship for most of that time. When would I know that?
Well, you like to read books and stuff. Haven't you read a book where a strange man with a lot of money, does something weird?
That's not the type of books I read. I read like information. I like
never understood
nonfiction.
nonfiction. I never understood reading
I
nonfiction.
read nonfiction. What? We can.
Well, because we live in nonfiction. You don't need to read about it. It's right here.
Sure, that's great. When you remember it.
Yeah, that's fair. But that you don't even read like I mean, you read some historical documents sometimes, but there's only the world's only been around for 198 years, so there's really not even that much to read about. There's been like 7 historical events.
Oh, okay, but maybe something will trigger a memory for me or something.
Yeah. Have you had any of those?
I had a weird dream.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know. What was your weird dream?
It don't matter. Yeah, so with them doll and everything, yeah, so that's all. He's just a strange rich man. I don't trust strange rich men. I don't really trust rich men much at all. I don't really trust much of anybody, to be honest with you. So yeah, I about trust him as far as I can throw him, I think. But it seems like you're all right, and he's doing us a big favor in a lot of ways. So for the time being, I think it's a mutually beneficial relationship. We should treat it as such until time says otherwise.
I don't disagree, but maybe just keep our eyes out.
Yeah, I think you keep your nose to the grindstone, ear to the wall. Make sure that you don't get distracted, and we don't let this little knife-eared weasel.
Hey, I'm an elf too.
Yeah, but you're like a half elf, right?
I don't know.
Well, your ears are a lot shorter than his ears.
Am I half elf?
I don't know. Shit. You tell me. What the fuck?
I don't know. Oh, also, you should really hire Lucian. He was a big help, in dealing with Valencio.
Yeah, I don't know about that lusty fellow.
Listen, I had not ever heard of him as lusty Lucian.
Do you know anything about an ogre that's got the hots for you?
Oh, Bert! He was a slave. Valencio had him. He has a little bit of agoraphobia, although he was doing a little bit better.
Wait, so he doesn't like violence?
No, that's not what agoraphobia is. Agoraphobia is you don't like big spaces.
What the hell does gore have to do with rooms?
Agoraphobia. It's one word. Agoraphobia.
You can keep saying it, but it doesn't make the word any less stupid.
I didn't come up with it.
Being all fancy pantsy, it sounds like you just kind of made it up.
Who's the one that reads nonfiction here?
Yeah, that's fair. I did see you had some Psychology Today magazines. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I was looking for a therapist. I thought maybe if you could do some hypnosis, No,
you don't go to them gaslighting, lying, fucking what did your mom say, motherfuckers.
Oh wow, you have some strong opinions.
Yeah, no, therapy just fucks you up even more. There ain't no issues. You keep your head down, you stop thinking about it, and you do the next thing,
Right. Have you done therapy before? Is this coming from like a personal experience?
Fuck no, I ain't done no damn therapy.
Well, then how do you know?
You shut up, all right? Stop asking stupid questions. What time is it? Look at his watch. It's 5:05 in the morning. You're going to ask me if I've done therapy. Girl?
Lucian's going to walk in reading Mistress of Lafayette House. Just out in the open.
The captain is... Wait, Darren. Look at there is a rabbit boy over there reading porn right in the middle of the fucking... You believe this shit? This fucking... I hate it here in Grand... I hate it here in Grand Rise, man.
So you don't vibe with that type of energy?
It's indecent. I mean, we are in public. You know, when the first day I was here, I saw a woman. To be honest with you, I don't even know what kind of person she was to begin with. She was like half cat. She was like a tabaxi and a woman at the same time, which is just the implications alone were enough to drive me up a wall. But then she ain't had no damn shirt on, but there was so much fur that I wasn't sure that it even mattered.
Drink your coffee. It'll make you less judgmental.
I don't think that public indecency is something to not be the judge of. He takes a sip of his coffee. But for real, though, I mean, look at this guy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, what are you getting for breakfast?
Oh, I hadn't thought about it. I'm gonna just take a walk for a minute. I'll be back soon.
That's all right. Yeah, it's good to get the blood pumping first thing. Got to get woken up.
Exactly. And Jaren's gonna like walk by, not like directionally with Lucian, but it's gonna be like, put the book away.
Oh, hi, Darren.
Put the book away.
Okay. I found it on a rooftop, and it was like sticky, like all the pages.
Burn it! Burn the book! Burn it! Just burn it!
I just read the first chapter. Nothing's happened yet.
Okay, but the captain saw you reading it, and I guess, oh my god, that means the captain's read it if he knows what is in it.
Okay, if you say so, then you're just gonna toss it onto the bar and keep walking. And then, okay, so was that the captain? Oh.
And he's like, what? He's like, Darren, look at that rabbit boy reading porn.
Oh no, that's a bad first impression. I didn't know it was porn. It was just on the roof, and
the back of the book has a woman with like a maid outfit on, but it's like half pulled down, and then there is like a man. It's like kind of like in this like it's in this like unclear. It's in this like very artistic. It looks painted. And then it's like clearly a suit, but like the man's head is above the top of the book, and her hands are like on his chest, and she's like sliding down him. And you throw that down, it's like very clearly porn.
Okay. Do you often pick up books that you find on a roof that look like that and that are sticky?
I pick up a lot of things. Like that's kind of my issue, is that I kind of got like sticky fingers. Not from the book, but just like in general. I'm sorry, Darren. I didn't know it was porn.
Don't apologize to me. It's you. I apologize to yourself.
I'm sorry, self.
Okay.
And then
goes down the stairs. Awkward.
Oh my god.
Awkward. What's going on here?
DJ, I remember you. We met yesterday.
Oh, that's Dirty Jane.
The captain yells over, Hey, Jane, can you come over here, please, for a second?
Wait, is it DJ? Is it Dirty Jane or is it Jane?
Any or the three.
You know what? I'm gonna change my name to Orderly Lucian. Just saying, instead of Lusty.
Well, it was Lunchable last week. I expect to change every week.
You introduced yourself as Luna to me, so.
Yeah, but I didn't like that name. People kept getting confused. It was too ambiguous. So I said, you know what? I'm going to change it because I don't like to be ambidextrous. And, you know.
You can write with both hands?
I think that's what that means. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Anyway, Darren,
What
can
does
we?
a bunny see in a human porn magazine?
It's not a magazine. I found it on the roof.
Don't pick up random books that you find on a roof. Or if you're gonna pick them up, don't read them in public.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, last week I read something about like astrophysics. That was a good book. And then this one was kind of like, I mean, nothing happened in the first chapter, so thankfully I wasn't reading it that long. Oh, that would have been awkward running around with, a third leg. Anyway,
All right. I'm gonna go now.
everybody's leaving?
Captain says, "Damn it, DJ, you come over here,
Okay,
please."
Dirty Jane heads over to the captain, sits down.
All right. Thank you. Sorry for yelling. Dirty Jane, DJ Jane. We have a week before we get our new ship. Now, you were actually just with a Darren, and I meant it to, but I'm telling you, it's going to be about Darren. So, she has a set of blueprints for the ship. Now, we had a couple crew members that have fallen through the cracks. They're alive, for the record. I just don't know where they are. So, that happens from time to time. You dock up. A couple people decide to, not come back. It's just a party. You get turnover. But you can find one of their rooms. We got somebody with a B. His Heteru's friend. You ask Heteru about him. He'll remember his name is Bartleby or some shit. And then if you can just take his room and you just go ahead, go to Darren, get the blueprint. And if you want anything particular in your room, just whatever the fuck, honestly. You want a desk? Cool. You want bed? Cool. You want a fucking altar to fucking whatever fucking god you worship? Cool. Whatever you let your mind go wild, fit it within the square footage, put it in the fucking notes, and then bam, when that ship gets put together over the next couple days, your shit will be there. So that's all I want to tell you.
Okay. How big are the rooms? How much space do I have?
From what I saw, there's a couple rooms that are bigger, and I didn't take a look at Bartleby's room. I'm assuming it's probably the same as everybody else's. If I remember correctly, they were about 18 by 32, something like that.
Okay. Natarin, you have those plans? Is that right?
Oh,
Darren's not there, but he would. Darren has. She just showed them to me. Okay. So she's got them. I think I just saw her run off after she was talking to that. You were talking to him too. There's that fucking there's a bunny boy over there reading fucking porn. You believe this shit?
Yeah. What floor is he staying on? Is there some rooms on a different floor?
Well, excuse me. What the fuck did you just say to me?
Is there some rooms on a different floor from the bunny boy?
What do you mean?
Like, could I be in a different area of the ship, or
what's that fuck? Do you know that fucking guy?
Well, I saw what he was reading, so I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
But yeah, okay, I think you're missing my question. What do you mean he's going to be on the ship?
Can I have a room that's separate from his?
Yeah, we're going in circles here, DJ. Why is he going to be on the ship in the first place?
Did you not invite him? Is he not going to be on the ship? Maybe I'm confused. Isn't that part of the crew?
No, he's not part of it. He's just some fucking bunny boy reading porn in the bar.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Oh, okay. You freaked me out there for a second. Sorry, I'm yelling. You were confusing hell. You seemed so convinced that this guy was going to be on the boat.
Well, yeah. I guess the rumors are wrong. My bad.
Wait, now you're doing it again. What do you mean?
I'm just telling you what I heard.
But you're not, Jane. You're kind of saying it. What is his name?
I don't know
Please
what
don't
his
tell
name
me
is.
what.
A lusty something?
Oh, son of a bitch! Motherfucker! God damn it, Jane! Why can't you just come out and say shit? Go get that motherfucker.
The bunny?
Go get the fucking bunny.
Okay.
God
Okay.
damn it!
Hey, bunny boy.
Me?
Yeah, you've been summoned.
Hello, Dirty Jane. And Lucian will come over.
Is your name Lusty Lucian by any chance?
That was my name yesterday.
What is your name today?
Orderly Lucian.
Orderly Lucian.
You-
All right, well, Lusty.
Oh, okay.
Darren said that you were a good pick for crewman, and so did Damien. And I was wondering why.
Oh, why? I want off Grand Rise. I make pretty good coffee, and I was there when they killed Valencio, and I helped him out, did some healing stuff. So I figure, why not? Just better than being on the lamplighters. They just make me go get coffee, and I don't do much of anything else. But maybe on your crew, I can get
DJ,
coffee.
Yes, sir.
punch him
In the chest?
in the face, Jane.
Okay. I haul off and punch him.
I have a 17 AC.
Make an attack roll, D20 plus strength in this case, plus proficiency.
How do you have a 17 AC?
Is it
I got
17 or
it.
18?
17. I have a
What?
shield. I have a shield, the boomerang shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Druids can use shields.
19.
Yeah, but if they turn
Oh,
into
19.
birds,
Oh man. Yeah, that hits.
1d4 and give me actually don't roll a damage. Let's just do athletics versus athletics or acrobatics, and we'll see how badly Lucian loses and or wins.
I'm also gonna say Damien comes down right at this time too.
10.
I rolled a
late.
15 acrobatics.
And what was the athletics for Jane? 10.
10.
So Jane, he says in the face, and you get up and you just no questions asked. You just get up, you punch him in the face. You make contact, but Lucian, as you get hit, you kind of like slide with the punch and go like under the arm, and you just kind of like bounce back up. Your face is kind of red and your jaw's a little cocked, and you snap it back in, and it's like a little bit of a whimper and a tear, but you manage to hold it together.
Is this some sort of initiation? Like, I'm not a fan of gang violence.
That's for the magazine.
Lusty,
I did,
Lusty, shut your filthy mouth, Lusty. What do you want to get paid?
oh, I don't know. Maybe a gold?
All right, I'll pay you. Now you're striking a hard bargain. That's a big ask. But
How
I'll do.
about 50 silver then?
Math ain't your strong suit. Yeah, we'll do 8 silver a week.
Okay, sounds good.
You'll be the coffee boy, and you'll mop. And you're probably gonna. I'll have you be the assistant to Nettie's assistant as well.
Okay, sounds good. And does that mean I get to go like on the Aether excursions as well?
I'll talk to Darren about that.
Okay. Yeah, Darren
We'll,
seen.
we'll see how quickly you break when the assistant starts barking orders at you.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Captain.
All right, go get your book. Go to
It's
your
not.
room.
It's not my book. I don't have a room.
Get your goddamn book off of that fucking bar, boy. Bring it up to your plate. Burn it. Jerk off to it. Do whatever you're gonna do, but get it out of my goddamn sight.
Okay. He'll go and grab the book. He'll look for something, kind of figure out a way to burn it.
Seemed like you took your punch pretty good, Jane.
Yeah, tough rabbit.
Yeah, I would say so. We'll see. I give him 2 weeks.
He'll, as I'm walking away, I'll cast Cure Wounds on my jaw.
Jane, okay. Find a Darren, get your room settled. And I was thinking, right now, the security on the ship is pretty much limited to Orfskier and Damien. But Damien was doing a lot of deckhand work as well, which everybody does. But Orfskier, he don't take no part in deckhand stuff. So I was thinking I'm going to have your connections will be Damien and Orfskier. You're going to be leaning on the security side. So you're going to be primarily working with Orfskier, but he don't like to talk too much. So once you start to piss him off, which you will, you can go to Damien.
Okay. Sounds good. Damien's not here right now.
Yeah, and as you say that, Damien is probably walking over to the captain to probably talk to him about the old man.
Oh,
walk up.
Shit, there he is. Hey, Damien, you're going to be second in command. This here lady. This is Dirty. I don't know if you met yet, but this is Damien. This is Dirty Jane, DJ, whatever the fuck you want to call her.
I saw you earlier in the bar, but I think it's our first time meeting. No, nice to meet you, Jane.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
The name's Damien.
So we'll be working together. Sounds like.
Yeah, did the captain say that you're gonna be working some of the muscle and some of the force?
Yep.
Okay,
That's the idea.
That's actually exactly why I wanted to talk to you, Captain. I had a couple more leads on how we could buff up our security before we go out on our next mission.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm all ears.
Would I be able to talk to you in private, though? If that's all right.
How private? Can I just tell Jane to go away and we scoot to the other side of the booth?
Yeah, it's nothing against you, Jane. I promise.
I'll go grab some breakfast.
Just put it on the cruise tab. Just tell them Captain Edberg and they'll sort you out.
Okay. I head to the bar.
All right, Damien, what do you got?
So you remember the old man that was traveling with us for a brief period, right?
Yeah, I remember the old man. He gave us what, like 2,500 gold to get him here or some shit.
Yeah. Well, he's been staying here and he's been trying to basically get some connections to go back home, but because of the whole lamplighter situation going down, he's pretty much stuck here. And I know when I originally joined the crew, I told you I was probably only going to stay for a temporary period of time, but I don't know. I want to stay with the old man because we have like a common goal, but he's willing to come with us if you want more muscle. He's definitely stronger than me, so I know he would definitely help out with the security on the ship.
I mean, I'm not against it. Does he want to be paid, or is this like kind of a trade situation?
He said he would do it free of charge as long as the safety of the ship and us that we provide. So as long as we're just like watching out for him, I think we'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine there's going to be much of a safer place in the archipelago than the fucking ship we're getting. So, we're gonna have plenty of rooms. I'm not sure he's going to get a custom room for himself, but he'll have a space. And I ain't paying him shit. You know, I'll get him where he wants to go eventually. We have to go back to File Cooley, pick up the rest of our crew. And then once that's been done, we check up on that mining installation, get that all sorted out and everything. Then we can get everybody back up, and maybe then we can head your way. But that's going to be up to the decision of the whole crew.
Okay, got it. I should be able to. I should be talking to the old man tonight, and I'll confirm with him everything on that. But when are we
We ain't
leaving
gonna rush.
again?
We ain't rushing off. We're gonna be leaving in a week, but we ain't 6 days technically. But we ain't gonna be rushing off to go to fucking Omeoji or whatever. We're gonna be. We got to go to Valcoli first. Just make that clear to him. We got to go pick up the rest of our crew. We got fucking Matilda, fucking Kelty. We got Yelma. We got Ode, Ona. Everybody, fucking Lawrence. Everybody's out there waiting for us. So.
He knows that. He knows that. His main priority while getting back home is a big one, is keeping him and the kids safe. So I think that he's more worried about that right now, especially with all the eyes on him at this archipelago. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can keep him. I think that, especially once we pick up the rest of the crew, there ain't going to be, we're going to have fucking, Orf's here, Yelma, all them Ode, it ain't going to be, I mean, shit, fucking, whatever fuck his name is, a little kobold bastard, Kevin, fuck, I don't remember his name, little crazy motherfucker.
yeah, I got you. And I know that a lot of us are, like, we're getting more people, we're getting more money and everything, but because, like I said, I'm not 100% sure when I'd be leaving the crew or going to try to go back to my homeland. You don't have to give me a raise or anything. I'd feel bad telling you last minute that I had to leave. So
Well, I mean, we're gonna have there's a lot of extra people on the ship before all this kind of took off. So I do think that it is probably just right that you get to take part in that, but that's up to you, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there'll be plenty of other monetary and other types of gains that we make on our expeditions. So if you don't want to take it, I'm okay, I guess. Leave that up to you.
well, yeah, we're definitely going on this next expedition. I just don't know about future ones after that. But I mean, we don't know the future, so as of now, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, good, because right now you got a room. Oh shit, yeah. Go get a Darren, and you have a blueprint in there. It's gonna have a room with your name on it. You got to fucking put some details in there. And same thing with everybody else, I guess. I'm sure everybody else will come bother me at some point too. But until that fucking that hairy fucking shitty ass can't be wiping because it's covered in fuzz rabbit man, tell that motherfucker that he can take one of the rooms too, I guess. But I don't want to see any weird. I want to check the blueprint. If I see any weird shit, I swear to fucking God.
Kid, why is he? Why are you mad?
By Alexander and all the round, I will fucking lose my mind. If there's one little fucking.
Did he make puns or like what did he do?
Oh, he didn't say any fucking. I don't mind puns. Puns are good, but if you come around here just waving your dick around watching porn, no, I'm trying to eat breakfast. My steak and eggs are looking right at me, and when I look down, the steak is sitting right between them eggs, and it was just too much. It was just too much for fucking First Light. So he just needs to get it together. That guy. I don't want to see nothing else like that. I'll throw him up right into the. I swear to God.
Yeah, I'll make sure to keep an eye on him too.
I don't play any of that funny shit. All right, Darren's on the ship, Nettie's on the ship. Kelty doesn't need to see that shit. She's a spring chicken.
Yeah, we'll make sure that book is burned and definitely not put on the ship. We do not want that on the ship. So
I already told him. I told him to go get it, get rid of it. So I don't care what the fuck you do with it. I just want to see it again. Shit.
Okay, I'll leave you to your eggs and steak, man. I'll go see Darren and see what she's doing.
Yeah. Nettie would be like, "Oh, I love that book." Favorite chapter.
She has that shit memorized.
You guys, at some point to get together, You start going over your blueprints. It is a recurring NPC. It's a good name. I made it up on the spot. It's hard to forget.
It is.
As you guys group back together and you start going, everybody comes around, they meet with the Darren to get the blueprint, to start jotting down notes of what they want in their room. We're going to end here. Next session, I don't want any fucking role play. I want everybody to shut up. Everybody shut the fuck up. We're going to do our time skip and we're going to fly the boat, okay? Think about what you want in your ships and what you might want to do with that time, the 6 days. And then we're going to role play for 3 more hours, and we're not going to do any of that. So congratulations. And when we eventually, at some point, we'll get the last day of progress day. We'll get the ship, and we're going to go back to File Cooley to pick up the rest of the crew and start high-flying adventures. In the meantime, consider what you want your rooms to look like, what mechanical, maybe send me a message about it even, because you could potentially incur some sort of benefit, potentially. I'm sure Weevil probably wants craft type situation. Or Lost Illusion wants a porn table and a coffee table.
Or just a sex dungeon.
The red room.
I want everything.
I swear, if you change your name to something gray, I'm going to be like, no.
I want everything to be silk and velvet. I want
50 Shades of Lucian.
I'm just saying, Nettie may be in your room more than hers.
Oh my God. It's like, who is this bunny boy?
You're gonna be around, Nettie.
We're not leaving Grand Rise till next year.
And then Lucian's gonna imprint on Nettie, and it's gonna be over.
Pretty close to December. We don't stop fucking around.
It's November.
Yeah,
already.
And Thanksgiving's on a Thursday, so we wouldn't probably have it then.
We're gonna miss a week because of that. There's gonna be Christmas. We'll probably miss a week. I'm gonna have a baby, so we might miss a week. So by the time if we don't fucking get our act together, we're never gonna get off of this fuking rock. We're gonna get
guys.
off
We
rock.
became NPC.
Everybody just write out what you want to do and send it to Peyton, and we'll pretend it happened off screen.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Works for me.
It actually does that. You could do it that way. You could send me a message about what you want to do. That works. And then we'll get back to the other stuff.
Because otherwise, it truly would be next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke,
we got 6 days in game. And it's gonna take us half a month.
We've only played 3 days. I think.
3 days in game. It has not been a long period of time.
It's been I'm pretty sure it's been 3 days.
I'll go with 4. Pretty sure with this last one, I think it's 4.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is 4. But the point stands. Okay.
Yeah.
Luke, I usually say around this time, I might send you my GM profile for you to potentially do a review. But also, you haven't seen combat yet, and the pace has been a little slow. So if you want to wait to do that, that makes sense. And if you have any concerns or anything, let me know. We're role playing right now, so I think you did a good job
fighting.
Yeah, just before you got here, I do think you're doing a very good job, and I think I like.
I love how I still haven't met them yet.
Yeah, you actually haven't. I like your vibe with the captain a lot. So I'm excited for more of it. Let's everybody, including Jane, if you need any help considering, because I know you haven't really, it's been like nothing has happened, but a lot has happened at the same time. If you need help thinking about what Jane might want in her quarters or what might happen over the next week with Jane, considering your backstory. So I do think there's a good backstory there to potentially do some things over the course in the background over the course of the next 6 days. But if you need a little help,
eking that out because of the the comparatively little time you spent with the character, feel free to send me a message about it, and I'll probably send you a message just checking in too at some point.
Yeah, I'll think about some more on that, and I'll come up with some stuff. So, and I'll send you a message and bounce it off you.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I'll probably send you a message tomorrow at some point, just doing a check-in. And then everybody else, I'm not going to bother you. I might bother you at some point, actually. Just be like, hey, send me your send me your thing.
list of things to do in your room.
Reminders are good because I might forget, or I might. No, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna think about it while I'm at work, and then I'm gonna get distracted and forget that I never actually said anything.
In your head, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna send that.
Oh, 100%.
I do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.
I'll add everyone in the next couple days. I'll do an add everyone, and I'll see you guys next week.
Alrighty.
Later.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Good night.